Alright, deep inside the palace of the heavenly demon cult, things are looking seriously sketch. The cult heir Yan Wunhui is getting some grim news. A physician is bowing deeply, apologizing, saying another super rare medicine failed to heal his ailing master. Wunhui just kinda gives a wry, knowing smile. Energy deviation isn't something that can be solved easily. Yep, that's his master right there, and he's low-key blaming himself for this mess. See, Wunhui was born with a busted lower core, so his body can't hold internal chi, which is kinda important for a martial artist. But that didn't stop Wunhui. He went all in on the mystic arts, grinding his way up to become the freaking cult heir of the heavenly demon cult. All of it, just to pay back the debt he owes his master. But now, even the craziest medicines are useless, and he's running on fumes, out of options. Just then, a voice cuts through the tension. It's been a while, cult heir. And who steps in? None other than the vice cult leader, Chun Hajin. This dude's intense, bearded, rocking a skull pin in his hair, just oozing ambition. Wunhui plays it cool, commenting that Hajin's tour sure took a while. Hajin doesn't waste time though. He declares that since the cult leader and heir are basically out of commission, it's his duty to step up for the cult's prosperity. Wunhui watches him leave, a hint of thanks in his voice, but major side-eye in his gaze. Wunhui knows Hajin's a snake. There's no way that dude was just out doing a people check. Later, back in his room, definitely not chilling, Wunhui is full-on brooding about that encounter. And then bam, his eyes widen. Something feels off. He did not see this coming. To think he'd go for me the second I'm in my own room, he thinks, a bitter truth dawning. Blood starts trickling from his lips as he flashes a menacing grin. Oh, so that's why the drink felt so strong. Suddenly, shadowy figures drop from the rafters. Wunhui, totally unfazed, just holds up his now crushed, spiked cup. Would you people like a drink too, he asks. He says he feels bad drinking it all alone. On command, the assassins scream attack, and descend right on him. Wunhui doesn't even blink. He's actually kinda amused. These low-level mobs think they can ambush him? In his own base? Get out of here with that noise. They lunge with glowing claws, looking to tear him to shreds. But their hands pass right through him. It's an illusion. Wunhui's standing calmly across the room. If you wanted to kill me in my own place, he says, still with blood on his lips, you should have prepared more. The assassins are shook, but he's already moving. I just warned you, he says chillingly. Purple energy just explodes from his body. You are not enough. Mystic chains shoot out, wrapping around the assassins, crushing them instantly. He turns his chilling stare to the real culprits, now revealed, Chun Hajin and the other elders. So this is all you've got after setting the stage? He taunts, collapsing slightly from the poison but still grinning. I'm so disappointed by this, Chun Hajin and all the elders, he calls them all out. The traitors are sweating bullets now. Hajin can't believe it. That poison is supposed to melt an entire ox with a single drop, but Wunhui is still laughing? He's a monster. Wunhui surveys the carnage. If he was in better shape, he'd have already put a hole in Hajin's head. Hajin snarls back, spitting that there's no way an orphan who can't even learn martial arts will be their leader, claiming his superiors greenlit this whole coup. The elders charge in, a flurry of attacks aimed at the weakened heir. Our elders are pretty easy to scare, huh? Wunhui smirks, wiping blood from his mouth. You're gonna jump a brat like me in a group after poisoning me? Hajin points a furious finger. Just keep talking. If you had just done your job. Wunhui cuts him off cold. Cut the bull. Who's behind this? Hajin is stunned silent. Wunhui knows his rival. I know you don't have the guts for that, he says, waving him off. He starts listing names of some powerful sects within the demon cult, but nah. He realizes that it's an order from outside our divine cult. You sold the cult out to kill me. Did you do this to Master too? He murmurs. That hits a nerve. Hajin just explodes with rage. How dare you accuse me of such a thing? His energy flaring like crazy and just lunges at Wunhui. Seeing your reaction, Wunhui says with a grim smile, looks like I'm right. He thinks of his master, realizing this is the cost of totally trusting someone. This damn fool finally stabbed him in the back. Hajin's attack lands, sending Wunhui smashing against the wall. Ouch, that's gotta hurt, even for a tough MC. No matter how much I hate you, we still trained under the same master, he declares, his body crackling with power. And you're still the acting leader. I'm gonna end your life with my own hands. Seriously? You're still doing this fake nice guy thing? Wunhui challenges. The vice cult leader is absolutely raging now, veins popping. He screams, Yan Wunhui, you must not want an easy death. He's rambling about correcting mistakes and making the cult great again. Blah blah blah, just standard villain monologue stuff. Then that tired laugh turns into a full-blown maniacal roar. The elders grip their weapons, totally unnerved by his sudden shift. Blood streaming down his face, Wunhui looks at them with pure contempt. You've put up with me for so long, yet you still don't know me, he says. If you wanted to kill me, you should have remembered this one detail. Hajin watches, confused, as Wunhui seems to be fading. and then he sees it. In Wunhui's hand is the cult's holy relic, the demon dragon sword. "You dare cause trouble until your final moments?" Hajin yells, realizing Wunhui's definitely up to something. A massive surge of purple mystic power explodes from the sword. Hajin is horrified. He's already gathered this much mystic power. Could it be? Wunhui's voice rings out, full of triumphant finality. "I've put all the mystic power I have into the demon dragon sword, which holds the will of the first heavenly demon." He lets out another crazed laugh. "And I was doing all that while defending your puny attacks." Hajin panics, screaming at the elders to form a defensive formation. But the sword is glowing with blinding light, power crackling around it, ready to detonate. But it's too late, buddy. Wunhui unleashes his ultimate technique, the soul-combusting hell flame art. The entire throne room is instantly vaporized in a flash of blinding white light. The traitors are just dark silhouettes against the searing energy, their bodies disintegrating as they let out agonizing screams. The vice cult leader, Chun Hajin, can only watch in utter terror, his mouth wide open as he roars Wunhui's name in a final useless cry of pure hatred. The heavenly demon palace itself erupts, a massive dome of purple energy blasting out from the mountaintop, wiping everything out of existence. As his consciousness fades to black, Wunhui's thoughts drift. "No matter how pathetic my life might have been, I didn't expect to die like this," he thinks. The scene is hauntingly familiar. Snow, it's just like that day, he remembers. The memory throws him back in time. He's a small boy again, beaten and curled up on the frozen ground while other kids laugh. The biggest bully stands over him, sneering. "I'll stop here, you damn ghost-seeing freak." The kid threatens him, saying if he ever spouts nonsense about seeing an evil spirit attached to him again, he'll make sure Wunhui gets it again. The other kids whisper cruelly, calling him an orphan with a broken energy core who should have just killed himself ages ago. But the young Wunhui is filled with a fire they can't see. He clenches his small bruised hand around a sharp rock. He just said what he saw, and all he ever got for it was hatred. With a defiant cry, he lunges at the bully, eyes glowing with rage. The bully turns around, shocked, then furious. "What? You little brat!" he screams, ordering his friends to get him. Wunhui manages to escape, panting for breath alone in the snow. He thinks to himself that those jerks are relentless, just like the lost spirits he sees swirling around him, invisible to everyone else. Annoyed, he snaps at a monstrous-looking ghost. "Won't you get lost already?" Suddenly, a calm, powerful voice cuts through the wind. "You have special eyes." Wunhui whips around, startled. A man in expensive-looking clothes is standing right there, a man he hadn't sensed at all. He even has an expensive-looking sword at his hip. Wunhui immediately assumes the worst. This guy must have tracked him down for his cursed eyes. Completely defeated, he tells the stranger to just take them. Wunhui knows resisting a martial arts master is pointless. He tells the man to just do it, pull his eyes out, boil them, he doesn't care. But then, the totally unexpected happens. The man kneels down, like, actually kneels, and wraps his cloak around him. "Those eyes are no curse. They are a blessing," he tells Wunhui. The stranger, his future master, explains that some people are just born special, with a blessed energy core or a unique soul, destined for greatness. For the first time in his miserable life, Wunhui feels warmth. So when the man asks, "So will you follow me, child?" Wunhui recognizes it as salvation. His answer is a quiet, hopeful, "Yes." The man asks for his name, but the boy has none. Then, to commemorate the moment I met you, the man says with a smile, "How about I name you Wunhui?" Back in the snowy void, the memory gives him strength. That was the day he found his reason to live. He dedicated his life to helping his master, but his own cursed body, unable to handle internal energy, ultimately caused his master to fall ill from an energy deviation. Wunhui's spirit glares, his will hardening like steel. Accepting death here would be too pitiful, he thinks. His body might be dust, but he refuses to let this be the end. There is still one way. He focuses his remaining spiritual power, activating a forbidden art he'd only ever read about before, the primordial divine wheel reincarnation. It's an ancient forbidden technique for cheating death by transferring one's soul to another body. A complex golden sigil flares to life around him. He knows the risks. The new body will eventually reject his soul, dooming him to a short life, but it's his only shot. He uses the last bits of energy from the shattered demon dragon sword to power the ritual. "Now I leave its success to the heavens," he thinks, his final thoughts on his master. A pillar of golden light erupts from the desolate ruins, rocketing into the sky. "Please, master, be safe until I return." Consciousness slowly returns, dragged from the abyss by the sound of an incredibly annoying, screeching voice. A woman is lecturing someone about being the son of a concubine and needing to keep a low profile. Wunhui's eyes flutter open. His entire body is numb and tingling. Then the realization hits him like a lightning bolt. It worked. The primordial divine wheel reincarnation actually succeeded. A stern-looking woman is standing over him, yelling his name, Tang Wunhui, and demanding he get off the floor. He stumbles to his feet, a dark smirk playing on his lips. How ironic that this new body shares his name. The woman, enraged that he's ignoring her, raises a wooden rod to strike him. But Woonhui's hand snaps out, catching the rod mid-swing with impossible speed. The woman freezes, eyes wide with shock. He glares at her, his grip tightening until the wood creaks. Your breath stinks. Point it somewhere else, you old hag. You refuse my teaching and call me an old hag? She shrieks, pulling back in absolute shock. She was not expecting that sass. Don't even think about leaving until you've understood your mistakes, she yells, slamming the door shut behind her. Good riddance, seriously. Finally alone, Woonhui collapses back onto the bed, savoring the sudden peace and quiet. There's a little bit of the original soul's memories still lingering in the body, and figures out the screaming lady was his stepmother. But hold up. The primordial divine wheel reincarnation only works on a body that just died or is on the verge of death. The implication is horrifying. Even if he wasn't her real son, he can't believe she beat the poor kid to the brink of death. Woonhui thought his own life was tragic, but this kid, Tang Woonhui, might have had it just as bad. He takes stock of his new vessel, kneading his sore shoulder. The body is weak, untrained, and in terrible health, which is probably why it gave out in the first place. But as he rips open his robe, he discovers something his old body, Yon Woonhui, never possessed, a lower energy core. If he can train this new lower core to master martial arts, he can combine them with his powers from his previous life, his mystic powers, and his unique ability to control the dead. The possibilities just explode in his mind. A new resolve hardens his expression. No, not if, he thinks it's a necessity. He clenches his fist, his eyes glowing with a menacing purple aura. This is the only path forward. It's how he'll protect his master and make the traitors who backstabbed him and defiled the heavenly demon divine cult understand. He's gonna show them exactly who they messed with. Alright fam, let's pause the story for a bit and dive into some lore. The Sichuan Tang clan is one of Mirim's 6 great clans. These guys aren't just any family, they basically run Sichuan Mirim. Picture this. They're smack dab in the middle of a spicy neighborhood. You got the Kunlun sect chilling to the west, Jin Kang and the 5 Poisons crew down south, and then the heavenly demon divine cult is right up north. The Tangs are the front line against them. Inside this massive clan, there's an elite group leading the charge. They call themselves the Tempest Squad. Their leader, Tang Hosan, a serious powerhouse, also known as the Tempest Swordsman. He and the Tempest Squad founded the 9 Dragons division within the clan. This place, the 9 Dragons County, eventually became the absolute hub for business and government in Sichuan Mirim. Even the big boss, the head of the Tang clan, Dark Supreme Tang Munyuk, put his full trust in Tang Hosan to lead this crucial division. Now Tang Hosan had 3 heirs. The first 2 were from his official wife, Namgung Sanyang. That's Tang Qujin, the eldest, and Tang Yu Chang, the third. But here's where the drama kicks in. The middle child, born from a little, unexpected situation with a servant, and guess who reincarnated into that body? Yan Woonhui, now Tang Woonhui, the illegitimate son of Tang Hosan. Because of this whole mess, the rest of the clan treats him like absolute trash. Seriously, like he's NPC fodder even though he's technically still in the running to be an heir. He's even got servants looking down on him. This one's even screaming at him. Your stepmother ordered not to have food brought to the White Pavilion. Now we'll all be starving. But our guy isn't having it. He's got a spine. He shuts down that nagging servant with a quick strike, sending the dude flying. Savage. Okay, maybe that was a little extra? The servant definitely thinks so. I can't help you if you act like this, he says. Woonhui's had enough. He gives the servant a proper beatdown until the message finally lands. You love to see it. Hengsam, the servant, finally gets who's really the boss here. So you gonna get me what I want now? Woonhui asks with this totally evil grin. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Hyung Sam stammers, then bolts out of there. Despite flexing on the servant, Woonhui knows the harsh truth. He got dealt a garbage hand. His body is laughably weak and he has no allies in the clan. He's thinking about how the main wife, the matriarch, is making it impossible for him to get a foothold in the clan. Plus, major problem alert. The Tang clan energy system in this body is totally incompatible with his demonic energy. But there might be a way. Back in the day, a bunch of cultists in the heavenly demon divine cult actually came from the Tang clan. If he can find those old techniques used by those former Tang guys, maybe he can make it work. Big brain time. He gets this intense look, pure determination radiating off him. Then check this out. He manifests the heavenly demon archive. It's this insane treasure trove of all the demon cult's history and knowledge just stored in his memory like an infinite searchable library. Talk about an OP skill. He's grateful that even after dying and reincarnating, this skill's still there, mostly untouched. Woonhui's mission is clear: find the perfect cultivation method and the venom dragon cultivation technique. that might be just the ticket. See, way back, some Tang clan members who were super into poison got yeeted out of the clan and joined the demonic cult. If Wu can learn one of these techniques, he can totally mask his demonic energy and stay hidden. But yeah, there's a catch. It's gonna hurt. A lot. To build up that poison energy, he has to consume massive amounts of, well, poison. No pain, no gain, right? But here's a bit of good news. Since he's unlocked his upper meridian, his dead man eye has been opened. How long do you plan to stare at me for? He smirks, suddenly looking up. I feel weird when people stare too long, he chuckles. And then you see them. Senior Chun Hajin and the elders, now ghosts with chains around their necks, staring at him with pure rage. Yan Wunhui. A roar of fury echoes as his name is screamed. They literally cannot process the fact that he just chained them up like that. Wunhui, unbothered, seeing them all riled up actually makes him happy. They're absolutely boiling, complaining about his nasty personality even after dying and getting a do-over. Flexing his power, he hits them with this, "Hey, you guys were ready to kill me. You really should have prepped for the consequences." He yanks the ghostly chains and Chun Hajin gets dragged forward. "You must have known I had this kind of power," Wunhui says. His Phantom King ability is on full display now, radiating pure, terrifying might. "If you remain in this state, you won't even be able to reincarnate," he tells Chun Hajin. Chun Hajin is desperate. "What do you need? Info? I'll give you everything I have," he cries out. But Wunhui cuts him off. "I can get all that from other people," he says, glaring at Chun Hajin. Wunhui raises his hand towards him, and Hajin gets sucked up, screaming, into a vortex, until he's finally reduced to a wraith sphere. And then Wunhui just chucks it into his mouth. This is his new diet. Everyone watching is absolutely floored by this insane power move. Wunhui cries out in pain, struggling to control the venom he just consumed. The spectral onlookers are baffled. How is he even standing after eating that? A smirk creeps onto Wunhui's face. He tells his ghostly foes it's decision time, spill the tea or become his next meal. The fear in that spiritual room. Undeniable. And the tea gets spilled real quick. "So you guys were just following orders from some organization called the Association?" Wunhui interrogates the remaining elders. They're practically begging, shouting that they're not lying. The spirits plead with him to believe them, claiming this association showed them some seriously messed up stuff. Wunhui is deep in thought and disturbed. The heavenly demon divine cult worships their leader like a literal god. These elders were so terrified of this association that they would go against their own god and attack the heir. That means the fear this organization inspires is even greater than the fear they had for their divine leader. Wunhui realizes this is way bigger than he thought, pointing to some serious players pulling the strings behind the scenes. He's talking about Divergence, these ridiculously powerful beings who are trying to climb the tower in the sky. These guys are basically demigods, walking natural disasters, making earthly powers look like chump change. Yeah, this whole situation just leveled up in difficulty. Thinking about the rough road ahead, he laments not having the luxury of slowly getting used to the poison. Time is a luxury he just can't afford right now. Fast forward 2 months. People are buzzing about Wunhui's surprising resilience without food. His stepmother? Oh, she is fuming. Why hasn't he come crawling back begging for food? He should have been groveling ages ago. Rumors about her crazy tyranny are already spreading, by the way. She asks her servant what Wunhui's been up to. Turns out he's been gathering all sorts of intel on the local clan politics, including the demon cult. This sudden interest totally baffles his stepmother. What is he plotting? Is someone backing him? Fueling this transformation? He's still in the running to be clan leader. Someone might be controlling him to rise up the ranks. This thought does not sit well with the matriarch, who thinks Kyujin and Yo Chang are the only rightful heirs. Just then, another servant announces that Yu Chang is back from training. She quickly dismisses the servant with a clear order. Anything weird Wunhui does, report it immediately. And then Yo Chang makes his appearance. "Mother, have you been well?" he greets. The legitimate son, confident after some isolation training, senses the tension and asks his mom about Wunhui's defiance. She's at her wit's end trying to figure out her devious stepchild. Their conclusion? Wunhui isn't acting alone. Someone must be sneaking him elixirs every night. Talking strategy, they hatch this twisted plan. Make him join in when the patriarch visits to flush out his secret helper and crush them all in one go. But what if he messes up and makes us look bad in front of the patriarch? She asks. Yo Chang promises to handle him. Like, how hard can that even be, right? Meanwhile, back in his room, Wunhui is mastering something seriously dark and fierce. He's invoking a massive spectral dragon. His abilities can't be that good. Yu Chang laughs to his mother, completely underestimating Wunhui's power level. They have no idea what's coming. Okay, rewind 2 months. Wunhui hits up Hyung Sam for the latest intel on the area. And boom, turns out the demonic cult has been locked in a full-blown civil war for the last 6 years. Now, our MC totally expected some time to pass thanks to that crazy reincarnation spell. But jumping 6 years forward? Yeah, nobody saw that coming. That's right, 6 whole years already passed since he got betrayed. Oh, and the cherry on top? He finds out the heavenly demon, his master, went missing during all this chaos. But hey, a tiny flicker of hope pops up. Maybe his master is still alive? That thought lifts his spirits for a hot second. Still, he can't just yeet himself to Tian Shan right away. As much as he wants to, he feels that heavy weight of not having enough power or intel. You can practically see the frustration. Woon Wee clenches his fists, knowing he's got to play this way smarter, especially when it comes to gathering info. Our guy is officially gearing up. He's now fully aware that the backstabbing crew who betrayed them are also hunting for his master. But don't worry, Woon Wee's brain is already cooking up a plan. Check this out. Tang Moon Hyuk, the freaking Dark Supreme and Patriarch of the Tang clan, is visiting the Nine Dragons division soon. There's buzz about him planning a special security division. Woon Wee's eyes light up. Joining that division? That could be his golden ticket to accessing the Tang clan's massive info network. Yeah, his chances of finding his missing master would go through the roof if he pulls this off. Hold up. A tiny ghost spider pops up, totally interrupting his master plan thoughts. Annoying, but hey, it looks like he's getting super close to mastering the 12 beats of the Violent Tiger. This isn't some basic stuff. It's an advanced martial art that buffs his body's power for absolutely lethal precision. And how's he powering up? He's using the Venom Dragon cultivation technique, plus some sneaky spirit pills smuggled by that same ghost spider to seriously boost his technique. Lol! Woon Hui straight up threatens to turn the spider into a spirit pill if it doesn't start smuggling him better loot pill. Okay, back to the spider's intel. Still no word on when the Dark Supreme is showing up. But his annoying younger bro Yu Chung is back from his seclusion training. And get this, the spider spills the tea. Yu Chung and his crew were totally plotting against Woon Hui in secret meetings. Their goal? To totally sideline him during the Dark Supreme's visit. And lol, they actually think there's some hidden mastermind pulling Woon Hui's strings. Woon Hui can't help but smirk at how clueless they are. But here's the crazy twist he didn't see coming. They're the ones recommending him for the new security division. Next up, Hyung Sam brings Woon Hui a super mysterious tonic sent by his stepmother. Even though it screams poison, Woon Hui is totally unfazed thanks to his Venom Dragon technique training. Turns out she specifically wanted the servant to stick around and watch him drink it. But Woon Hui? Absolute Chad. He just gulps the whole weird mix down without even blinking. Boss move. While he's drinking, his super OP senses analyze the potion. What's in it? A tiny bit of lunacy poison, plus some purification tablets. Okay, weird combo. See, the base is actually a miraculous elixir to boost energy. Good stuff. But adding lunacy poison? That mix could totally fry your brain. What was she thinking? Realizing her twisted plan, Woon Hui gets this look of sinister amusement. Oh, someone's about to get played. The potion also has cinnabar poison. Clear proof this is his stepmother trying to manipulate him. And wait, is that witchcraft? Yup, looks like dark magic is in the mix. Still completely unshaken, Woon Hui immediately tasks his ghost buddies with finding the sorcerer behind this whole mess. Time to expose the magic user. He puts the bowl down, thinking hard. What's stepmom's endgame? Use the poison to make him look crazy, then the sorcery to turn him into her puppet? That's some next-level villainy. And just when you think it's over, surprise. Hyung Sam drops another bomb. A martial master is waiting outside, sent by his stepmother. This lady does not quit. Woon Hui steps out and meets Tang Gan. This guy is a fierce warrior, a total legend who was key on the Tempest Squad front lines back in the day. Okay, respect. Tang Gan's got a serious rep as a top master in the Nine Dragon branch. He casts a huge shadow even if he is kind of an oddball himself. Why is he here? Turns out Tang Gan got roped into training Woon Hui purely so he could ditch all the annoying prep work for the clan head's visit. Ha, smart move, Tang Gan. Woon Hui finds the whole setup kinda weird, but honestly, he has to admire his stepmother's cunning. She's playing the long game, making it look like she actually cares about his training. But Woon Hui isn't falling for it. He's pretty sure she's planning some kind of sorcery stunt to totally embarrass him when the clan head arrives. Classic villain move, right? So Woon Hui just cuts to the chase. Alright, what are you gonna teach me? He asks bluntly. No time for pleasantries. Tang Gan is chill, says he's got a specific martial arts set he's about to demonstrate. He stresses, watch closely kid. I'm only showing this move once. Okay, pressure's on. And then, boom. Tang Gan moves so insanely fast it looks like there are multiple copies of him all over the place. Serious speed hack. But Woon Hui? His learning speed is basically set to maximum difficulty. The second Tang Gan starts, Woon Hui's brain is already processing everything. And wait a minute, this technique? The Shadow Shroud step? It's the same one his annoying brother Yo Chang uses. Ah, now Woon Hui sees it. Woonhui instantly sees through his stepmother's whole scheme. She's setting him up to look bad, so her precious son Yo-chang looks amazing in comparison. Tangan lectures Woonhui, explaining how this is a perfect technique for sneaky tactics, like using poison or hidden weapons, fitting for the Tang clan. Tangan is like, alright, follow my footsteps. Woonhui watches, noting how Tang moves like a ghost, somehow leaving clear footprints but also blending away like the wind. Yeah, they call him the Wind Warrior for a reason. Tangan is totally ready to ditch Woonhui and go slack off. But bam, Woonhui drops the bomb. He's already mastered the whole technique. Mic drop moment. Tangan's face. What? He yells, absolutely not believing his ears. Woonhui just shrugs. Yeah, I told you. I learned it. He says it totally firm, zero doubt. Wait, seriously? Tangan is full-on shocked mode. He starts rambling about how this technique takes most people forever to learn. Meanwhile, Woonhui's just thinking, dude, really? And you call yourself a genius? RMC's confidence is next level. A few moments later, Woonhui pushes back against Tangan's instructions, doubling down that he's already nailed the whole thing. He's not just saying it, he knows it. Tangan is legit struggling to process this. His brain is buffering. Woonhui is so confident he even throws down a wager. He bets 30 silver coins he's got it perfectly. 30 silver coins? That's like Tangan's entire monthly pay. High stakes. Tangan is completely flustered now, stammering something about how precious and valuable this martial art is. Yeah, we get it, it's hard. And just to twist the knife, Woonhui leans in and asks, hey, you scared? Oh, snap. Tangan's expression is pure, unadulterated panic. The legendary fierce Wind Warrior, scared stiff by a kid for once. Priceless. In a desperate attempt to save face and his ego, Tangan kinda sorta agrees to Woonhui's crazy challenge. Woonhui just grins, reminds him there's no backing out now, and bam, jumps straight into demonstrating the technique. And he's moving speedy as heck, nailing it perfectly. Tangan is utterly stunned and totally flustered. He cannot for the life of him figure out how Woonhui pulled that off so fast. Woonhui is absolutely beaming, grinning ear to ear. He turns to Tangan and says mockingly, well, Sir Martial Master? Then he casually picks up the bag of coins. You gotta wonder if Tangan feels the weight of Woonhui's words more, or the weight of losing his monthly wage. Tangan screams in total disbelief, lol. Woonhui just schooled the master. This is a scam. Tangan yells out. Tangan is absolutely floored, like face-planted by how fast Woonhui mastered the Shadow Shroud step. How in the world did you learn that after seeing it just one time? The trainer asks, totally puzzled. Woonhui totally trolls him back, asking if Tangan always denies what he's seeing this fast. Woonhui demands, don't you have any other martial arts? This is kinda boring. Tangan, looking totally determined, bolts off to scrounge up more cash. He knows many more secret arts and wants to see how far Woonhui can really push it. And Woonhui? He's just finding the whole thing hilarious. Okay, so the secret sauce to his rapid learning is finally dropped. Turns out he was exposed to some seriously god-tier martial artists back in the day. It's easy to remember the form of most basic martial arts, and stealing Tangan's purse, ordinarily impossible. But when you have a spirit to give things a little push, it's easy peasy. Now get ready. Woonhui is prepping for round 2, thinking it's time to absolutely drain his teacher's reserves of both coins and martial arts. Fast forward 4 hours. Woonhui is trying out a whole combo of moves: the soul-chasing butterfly, Tempest physical arts, and Tempest dozen spins. Meanwhile, Tangan, he's screaming internally, regretting every single life choice that led him here. Even the ghosts feel a little sorry for him. They're talking about loans and how Tangan is literally running on empty. He cannot find another single coin. But Woonhui is not letting him off the hook easily. He asks, hey, one more round? Tangan is protesting, didn't you hear me? I'm broke. But Woonhui is pushing, saying they should put everything on the line like real men. There's this super awkward moment. Wait, do you want to sell me as a slave? Tangan asks. Nah, nothing like that. But Woonhui drops a hint that there's one martial art, just one, that even he can't just pick up instantly. And that art? It's called the Tempest Dance. This catches Tangan off guard and he suddenly turns serious. Young master, other martial arts are fine, but the Tempest Dance is the soul of the Tempest Squad. Using the Tempest Dance in a wager is the equal of disrespecting the Tempest Squad. Please refrain from speaking it, he tells Woonhui in a dead serious tone. Ah, now the real Tangan is showing. Do I not have the right to learn the Tempest Dance? Woonhui counters. Tangan finally concedes. He admits Woonhui totally has the right to learn it, especially since his half-siblings already did. But Woonhui isn't just pulling the bloodline privilege card. Nah, he looks Tangan in the eye and just wants to know if Tangan thinks he is worthy. Now, full of fiery burning resolve, Woonhui flat out demands to know if he's fit to become a Tempest. Do I, Tang Wunhui, have the right to continue the mission of the Tempest Squad? He sincerely asks. Tangan pauses, clearly thinking about some painful stuff from the past. After that dreadful loss, they were now just a light wind like a zephyr, but there's also this glimmer of hope, a hope to become true Tempests once again. 20 years has passed since that defeat, and to think he would hear those words from the weakest of the Tang heirs. He's really assessing young Wunhui's totally unexpected power. Tangan is definitely moved by Wunhui's words, but he's also questioning if it's for real. Wunhui breathes out, "Would I pain to explain everything?" He asks Tangan, 4 hours ago when I first met you, if I had asked you to teach me the Tempest Dance, would you have done so? Wunhui accuses him of planning to run after teaching him the basic step once. Not gonna lie, that was exactly what I was planning, Tangan replies sheepishly. Tangan realizes that the wagers were bait for him to keep him hanging around for longer. There's been talk about Wunhui changing, and Tangan now sees for himself that it's actually true. The gears start turning in Tangan's head. The Wunhui he knew had weak internal energy. 2 months isn't enough to get this strong, so he must have been training for ages and hiding it from the evil stepmother, and waiting for a chance like the Dark Supreme's visit to show his claws. Yep, Wunhui replies simply. What a truly nefarious scheme to backstab your family, he remarks. Weird compliment, but I'll take it. Wunhui mutters to himself. The spirits pipe up with some wise cracks about the cult heir's crazy talent for getting people on his side. Alright, cut to the chase, Wunhui asks. So, are you teaching me the Tempest Dance or not? Even the spirits are kind of blown away by Wunhui's insane talent for making people listen to him. Dude's got charisma stat maxed out, and finally, Tangan agrees. He'll teach Wunhui the Tempest Dance. Wunhui gets this killer grin, totally ready for the next level up. Tang Wunhui of the Tang clan asks for his master Tangan's teachings. He greets his teacher respectfully. Tangan stares at this sudden display of formality. And wait, is that a grin creeping onto his face? Member of the Tempest Squad, Fierce Wind Warrior Tangan accepts the request, he replies. So yeah, it's official, this is where it begins. Tangan starts moving, showing off. His movements are super fluid, super calculated. This martial art is absolutely no joke, it demands razor-sharp precision. And because Wunhui is Wunhui, he immediately suggests upping the stakes in their little bet. Yep, they're still betting on literally every single step of this training. The bet? Can Wunhui master the move by the end of the day? Loser pays for all the food and drinks. Tangan is actually smiling now, looking confident. He figures this bet will humble Wunhui a little, or at least make him finally pay for something. Watch closely, Tangan says. He's gearing up to show Wunhui exactly how this super move is done. And bam, off he goes. Former Tempest Squad members have a promise. They would not interfere in matters of succession of the head of the family. So even if Wunhui were to join the Tempest Squad, Tangan would not be able to support him as the next heir. But there's one thing Wunhui was banking on. It would tell the whole clan that he was a Tempest, who they can share their path and their drinks with. Okay, time for the results. The winner is crystal clear. Tangan is about to pay the price for that bet. And yeah, he looks pretty darn upset about it. And then the aftermath. Food coma, anyone? The stacks of empty dishes from Wunhui's monstrous appetite are towering. Tangan just stares, totally wondering how this chaos is even possible. His wallet is weeping. Tangan is like, nope, can't watch this while sober. He calls for more drinks. Wunhui takes a jab at his master. Didn't know you like to drink. Should have gone to Dragon Tower instead. Do you know how expensive that place is? Tangan sobs. Tangan is absolutely shocked at the massive dent Wunhui is putting in his budget. Seriously, this guy can eat. But looks like Wunhui had other plans up his sleeve, which is why he picked this busy spot. He couldn't make a move while under the tight watch of his stepmother. This is the perfect chance. A purple wisp of smoke floats from his hand. The ghosts watch him intently. Is that a communication spell? Yep, he needs to send out a message to other demon cult members in hiding. He needs to let them know that the cult heir Yan Wunhui is still alive. Picture this, a sleepy forest where the trees are whispering secrets like they're in on the main quest. Up on a branch, a tiny spider burrows bored out of his mind, grumbling, "Yo, how long am I stuck on this stakeout grind?" Relatable as. But wait, his bug eyes lock onto a figure rocking a Qingsheng sect outfit approaching. Who's this queen? None other than Tang Qujin, the Tang clan's first daughter, strutting in with big boss energy centered. The spider thinks it would be awesome if she came face to face with the daughter of the Namgun clan. But he's just rambling, better get back to work. He's determined to do a good job for the young leader because he's got a favor to ask. Inside, drama's already unfolding. "Do you mean to break your mother's heart?" Mom cries out. Qujin's unleashing hell on her mom for what she did to Wunhui. Locking him in his villa and ordering him not to eat, that's next level evil. "Oh, but someone's been sneaking him food," Mom replies. Like that makes it any better. Qujin says stunned, she slams the table. That's not enough reason to abuse him. Mom's just chilling, clapping back. Why are you taking that illegitimate kid's side? Are you even my daughter? Kyujin's not here for it. She threatens to reveal the truth if stepmom keeps dogging Woonhui. What a Chad. She storms out, leaving stepmom shook. Stepmom's grumbling about Kyujin's loyalty since she joined the Qingsheng sect, wondering how this girl's gonna take over the clan. Good luck with that. Spider Bro's just eavesdropping, munching on this drama, thinking, this family's a straight-up dumpster fire. How do I even report this chaos? Stepmom's blaming Woonhui for the mess and decides she's not waiting for the Dark Supreme's visit. She screams to the servants to prepare her stuff cause she's leaving. Spider Bro's like, bet she's heading for that sorcerer. I'm tailing her. Quest log updated. Meanwhile, Woonhui's grinding hard, but he's a bit worried. It's been 10 days since he sent out that secret signal and he's got zero response. It's either his people abandoned the demon cult or something's keeping them from responding. Either way, it's not looking good. He has to hurry and become stronger. His mentor, Tang Gan, clocks his hustle but throws shade. A Tang clan member prioritizing weapons over stealth and poisons. Enough said. Woonhui grumbles to himself. These Tang clan people are so fixated on only one path. Well, this scattering flowers technique is a Tang clan banger that splits moves into chunks for max combo damage. Tangan's surprised he even noticed, but Woonhui just grins. Bruh, I'm the GOAT student, you know it. Confidence stat, 999. Okay, explainer video incoming. Many sects and clans weave complex moves in their martial arts to show their enlightenment in physical form. But the Tang clan is famous for their use of stealth weapons and poisons. Their martial arts ensure that a tool can be recycled and reused in many other ways, keeping it efficient as. Their techniques may not be flashy, but it's brutally efficient. Woonhui's brain is ticking. Mastering the Tang clan techniques could turbo boost his sword game and help him learn the 9 heavenly demon sword technique from his past life. He's low-key guilty, but he'll learn stealth and poisons later. Tangan notices him zoning out. Alright, what are you plotting now? He then casually drops, your sister Kyujin's here, you two are close, right? Oh snap, plot twist. He thinks about Tang Kyujin. She's the only one in the 9 Dragons division who treated Woonhui like fam, etched deep in his soul. Kyujin's been spamming him with heartfelt letters full of worry and love. Ultimate healer energy. But Woonhui's got beef with Namgung Sanyang Brewing and he's wondering if Kyujin's gonna stay in his party. Drama loading. Woonhui doesn't think she'll take his side. I better hurry before she gets here, then Woonhui remarks. Tangan asks if he wanted to start that thing today. Start? Woonhui smirks. I've already done it. Meanwhile, in another part of the palace, Yu Chang is scheming. You've been giving the concoction for 10 days without fail? He asks a servant. Yep, 10 days straight, the servant confirms. He tosses the servant a reward, then calls a guy named Mu Young. Shall I get rid of him? Mu Young asks. Yu Chang nods. Yikes, betrayal debuff. He's been poisoning Woonhui for 10 days straight. His HP's gotta be in the red by now. No way he's recovering before the Dark Supreme's arrival. Evil laugh intensifies. He's noticed that Tangan's been coaching Woonhui hard, but Yu Chang's betting he can't master the Shadow Shroud step in time. That move's got a brutal learning curve. Yo Chang's also salty about his sister Kyujin, who's siding with Woonhui and messing up his endgame. She's too soft for the 9 Dragons division throne. He whines. Plus she joined the Qingsheng sect instead of learning the Tang clan martial arts. He's plotting to yoink the successor spot for himself. Edgelord vibes only. Suddenly, a letter from Woonhui drops. Let's duel, you idiot. Straight up savage. Yu Chang shook, thinking, has this bastard lost his mind? Or wait, is this a trap? Did Woonhui poison this letter? But this one seems clean. Or is it? Woonhui's letter keeps going in his head. Let's fix our sibling aggro with a martial arts throwdown. Yu Chang's like, I bet he's got some scheme in mind. He sends a reply rejecting the duel. Coward debuff applied. 2 hours later, Woonhui claps back with one word. Coward. Yu Chang laughs it off. This dude must be in a hurry. Yu Chang tells his servant to ghost all his letters. Next morning, Woonhui escalates, slapping coward on the walls like it's a guild-wide call-out post. Yu Chang's raging, barking, go tell Woonhui's servants tomorrow noon at the 2nd training hall. I'm going to personally shove his head down the toilet. Bro, hydrate and chill. Woonhui's cackling. Why did he dodge for so long just to accept? Tangan asks what he said to provoke Yu Chang. Wait, never mind. He kinda already has an idea. How's he gonna be the Tang clan head when he has so little patience? Woonhui snickers. Anyway, are you not gonna stop me? He asks his master. Huh. Why would I? This is gonna be fun for me. Tangan grins back. Well then, Woonhui smirks. Let's go fight my brother. Just enough not to kill him. Alright, we're in a flashback with Kyujin confronting Yu Chang about the match. Chang, she yells. A match with Hui? What do you mean? That idiot started it. Go take it up with him. He yells back. Kyujin is just like, we started what? She's completely blown away. Cut to the present and Kyujin's now in front of the white pavilion. Immediately she feels like something is way off. Dude, there's spectral energy and death energy coming from the inside. She spots marks everywhere and can sense death energy and poison remnants all over. And you know what it reminds Kyujin of? Hideouts of people who have gone insane trying to perfect their martial arts. She gasps, spectral energy. Suddenly, bam, a super quick blade movement just slices through the air. It's aimed straight at Woonhui and blocks her attack like it's absolutely nothing, totally effortless. Kyujin seriously cannot believe what she's seeing. The big reveal just lands like a truck. Meanwhile, Woonhui is just chilling. That's a rather fierce welcome, sister, he says. Kyujin apologizes. She meant to stop it, it's just that he blocked it first. See, he was deep in the middle of his Venom Dragon cultivation technique, so he was a little slow to react to her crashing the party. If she tells Yu Chang how strong he really is, his whole plan is toast. And he's wondering, did Namgung Sanyung send her here to scout me out? Kyujin sees he's actually okay, and you can just see the relief wash over her face. She genuinely cares, you can tell. Woon Wujui's holding his head, muttering that her just showing up like this probably isn't some master plan from her mom. But Kyujin's clearly worried, dropping hints about all that dark energy she's sensing. Oh, did you mean the poison arts I've learned? He asks. Kyujin instantly reacts to the poison and spectral energy. Yeah, it's cursed poison, he admits. But in reality, it's just a combo of mystic and poison energy to camouflage his demonic powers. Kyujin's like, why are you even doing this? And Woonhui explains it's the only method he can use without the help of the family. She's still skeptical, challenging him on how chill he's being about it. Then he just casually calls out that it's natural within the Tang clan to chase power with absolutely zero ethics. If you have an issue with that, then use your own power to stop me, he challenges. Talk about a mic drop. She is totally stunned, you can see it. She finally gets that Woonhui has seriously transformed. He thinks to himself, nope, can't let Kyujin continue to protect me, so I'm gonna have to draw this line. Kyujin is finally understanding that things have changed, like big time, and a smile creeps up her face. Now she knows why Yu Chang and her mom are wary of him. To be able to say those words that inspire such a will to fight. Suddenly, Woonhui's face totally changes. Kyujin's just emanating pure killing intent. You can feel it. You really exceeded my expectations, she mutters gleefully. Woonhui knows what this is. He senses a soul streak, a seed of the limit breakers. Hers must be the azure spectral streak. He's been wondering about it for a while. Why would Kyujin, first in line as head to the 9 Dragon Branch family and most promising warrior in all of Sichuan, suddenly become a disciple of the Qing Cheng sect? Soul streaks give its owners absolute talent. They're considered one of the conditions on becoming a limit breaker, and as the name suggests, they're like embedded in your soul and level up together with the cultivation of the soul. This totally fits the Qing Cheng training methods, which prioritizes the heart first. What Kyujin has, the azure spectral streak, is a soul streak that requires fighting. Add that to the teachings of the Tang clan to do whatever it takes to win, and you've got a murderer that stops at nothing. You also seem to have quite the disturbing energy yourself, sister, Woonhui points out. Then she actually apologizes for just barging in unannounced. Woonhui's impressed. She's able to just shut down that deadly azure special streak aura so easily. Yeah, her Qing Cheng training is definitely a huge factor there. Alright, enough of the drama. Woonhui invites her to have some tea, breaking all the tension. Delicious, Kyujin exclaims. Who knew Woonhui was secretly a tea connoisseur, knowing about heavenly brews? Kyujin pulls out some stuff she brought from Mishan, candied fruits. A super sweet gesture, right? Woonhui, even though he's probably not into super sweet stuff, plays polite and totally appreciates her thinking of him. But he still can't get that earlier image of Kyujin out of his mind, who was ready to rip him apart. Were they seriously the same person? Okay, back to serious talk. Was she here to stop the match with Yu Chang? Kyujin admits she's here partly about tomorrow's match, but it's way deeper than that. She actually wants to apologize for her family's messed up past actions against him. But Woonhui, he's standing firm, absolutely zero chance of moving him. She knows her bro isn't gonna budge, but hey, Kyujin just wanted to get that apology out there. The pressure is definitely on, but Woonhui is not backing down from battling Yu Chang. Kyujin explains that she was worried Woonhui was being forced into this, but she sees now that it's the other way around. And her worry isn't totally off base, you know? Chang isn't just some pushover. And he's got something up his sleeve too. Woonhui notices that she doesn't seem to know the specifics of what her brother and mother are planning, like being fed lunacy and cinnabar poison. Brutal. Kyujin warns him, look, even if you somehow beat Chang, do not underestimate the power they have in this household. She really stresses how far their mom might go if Chang messes this up. But Woonhui, he just gets this little smirk. You're worrying too much. Don't forget that this was all orchestrated by me. Come to the training grounds tomorrow, and you'll see. Kyujin's totally confused about why she's even part of his master plan, but she ends up agreeing. Alright, boom. Next day. Vendors are yelling, selling snacks, and the crowd is going wild, totally haggling over the odds and throwing down bets on who's gonna win. Some people are putting serious cash down, super confident it's gonna be a quick win. Kyujin is watching all this go down, and yeah, she's clearly still rattled at the crowd gathered to watch. Yep, all part of his plan. Stepmom's gonna find it difficult to hide something like this. Meanwhile, Yu Chang is sitting there totally brooding and tense. You can practically see the weight of expectation crushing his shoulders. Then comes a taunting voice. Oh dear, Yu Chang seems to be nervous. So I set up a stage where he can enjoy himself. He grins with a totally rage-inducing side-eye. The crowd is absolutely packed, buzzing with hype. This is the big showdown everyone's been waiting for. Tang Gan is up on the balcony, just soaking in the insane number of people here. Tang Tae and Tang Jin from the Righteous Wind Squad join him, chatting about how Woon Hui really managed to blow this event up. They're not here to watch. They're on duty. This battle drew a big crowd, and they're here to keep the peace. Then Tang Gan gets playful, totally speculating on who's going to take the win. They're both leaning towards Yu Chang, pointing out that Tang Gan only trained Woon Hui for like 10 days. Yeah, everyone thinks that. But remember that Woon Hui initiated this duel, Tang Gan replies. Aren't you curious why? Meanwhile, backstage, Yu Chang is just chilling. A servant reports that Woon Hui was responsible for spreading the news and opening the doors to a crowd, but Yu Chang's confident, thinking it's just going to be a quick lesson for his little bro. Suddenly a voice starts poking at Yu Chang, totally trolling him. Annoyed? Oh yeah, Yu Chang's expression just goes dark. The voice keeps going, needling him about being a mama's boy. Yep, it's Woon Hui, and he just keeps teasing him, joking that Yu Chang should have totally brought his mom along. Yu Chang snaps back with some biting remarks about his brother's less-than-clean origins, but the teasing, it persists, driving Yu Chang's temper to a boiling point. He's officially had it. Bro's eyes are practically on fire. And just like that, Yu Chang explodes. You idiot, he screams, charging full speed ahead. His pure rage propels him into action, flying onto the stage like a storm. Come here, Woon Hui. I'll rip open that mouth of yours, he bellows. By now, everyone in the crowd notices that Yu Chang hit the stage first, even though Woon Hui was the one who threw down the challenge. Woon Hui just smirks, thinking about how ridiculously easy it is to mess with his brother's head. Finally, they're standing face to face in the arena. Woon Hui casually introduces himself. I'm Tang Woon Hui from White Pavilion, no title yet, but looking totally ready for a proper fight. Yu Chang immediately jabs back, questioning Woon Hui's sudden politeness. Like, what's up with that? In the sidelines, Kyujin mutters, wondering about Woon Hui's guts. Did he seriously tick off Yu Chang with that frequency whispering trick? But then, she hears the whispers. It's almost like Woon Hui flipped the script, making it look like he's the calm and composed one. But she knows that the most important thing here is the result of the duel. Woon Hui looks confident, but Yu Chang is considered a genius. Their verbal jabs are flying fast and furious. Insults are all you can do, Yu Chang smirks. Oh, did you just come here to talk it out? Woon Hui counters. Bring it, Yu Chang grins. I don't know what you've got planned, but they won't go your way. Boom! Yu Chang drops a smoke bomb, completely blinding the arena. Woon Hui squares up, staying cautious under the cover of that smoky cloud. He wasn't expecting this. He realizes the cloud cover is to better attack with stealth weapons. Looks like Yu Chang isn't just attacking rashly. And even though he thinks Woon Hui's inferior, he goes for the sneak attack. But Woon Hui stays chill and dodges. Yu Chang shook. That's the Shadow Shroud step. Did you forget that you had Tang Gan teach me that? Woon Hui smirks as he dodges the attack effortlessly. Yu Chang recoils, totally shocked, but still manages to throw an insult. Your father's son, alright, even if your mom is a bleep. Yu Chang spins, stirring up shadows, drawing energy like crazy. The Shadow Shroud step is just basic, he mutters. I'll show you the proper Shadow Shroud chi. This technique, it literally prevents your opponent from hearing and seeing you like you're melting into the shadows. Pretty impressive, right? Woon Hui even gives a brief moment of grudging admiration. Yeah, Yu Chang's good, no doubt about it. Trying to find Yu Chang through all this thick smoke is a challenge though with his bare eyes. Yu Chang's approach is relentless. Gotta admit, not too shabby. But Woon Hui dodges. He tries again and again and again. But guess what? It's not enough to hide from Woon Hui's dead man's eye. Plus, Yu Chang's bloodlust is giving away his position like a giant neon sign even without the eye. The observers are absolutely astounded by this intense clash between the brothers. They're impressed at how they've both leveled up. But at this point, it just looks like a game of tag. Is Woon Hui just gonna dodge until the smoke clears? It would all be for nothing if Woon Hui can't get an attack in. Tang Gan, looking amused, drops a hint that he taught him a sweet maneuver specifically for a moment just like this. So you did more than what the madam asked you to do? They asked, surprised. What? You think I'm that terrible? He asks. Yeah, I think we all know the answer to that. The fight's intensity is just ramping up under the blinding arena sun. Yu Chang's patience, thinner than the smoke that's starting to clear around them. He won't be able to use his moves once it's clear. He was just planning to break an arm or a leg, but now, he's pulling out all the stops, launching himself into the air with movements so fast it's like he just cloned himself. Wu Hui might have been able to dodge using Shadow Shroud's step, but he won't be able to dodge this killer move. The torrential downpour of pear blossom needles. Yu Chang is absolutely not holding back, shouting for Wu Hui to just die. The air is thick with these deadly needles just itching to pierce. Wu Hui, he stands firm, completely unfazed. But Kyujin is absolutely shocked, instantly recognizing Yu Chang's move. She realizes right then that he's seriously trying to kill Wu Hui. But Wu Hui's got this. He muses that it's probably time to wrap this whole thing up. Wu Hui taps into some kind of blinding power, kicking up an absolute storm around him. He sends those needles scattering away like they're just chaff in the wind. Spectators cannot believe their eyes. A swirling wind whips across the platform, leaving everyone gasping. "This is the Tempest," they shout. Kyujin realizes that this was the move she saw Wu Hui practicing yesterday. She just didn't see it well because it was masked in spectral and poison energy. But there's no doubt about it. Wu Hui had just mastered the legendary Tempest Dance. Yu Chang is shook to his core when Wu Hui unleashes the Tempest Dance. "No freaking way. You learned that?" he yells. Yu Chang staggering back, disbelief plastered all over his face. He's still reeling, whining. "You mastered Tempest Dance, something even my sister and I couldn't pull off." His ego is straight up dumpster fire status. Wu Hui's smirking. "Yeah, and that's thanks to someone who paired me up with an S-tier mentor. Total savage." He's thinking, time to flex on this scrub. Wu Hui lunges, his attack so fast it's like he's got agility stats hacked to 999. Yu Chang's too slow to react, as Wu Hui's hand crackles with raw, god-tier power. Yu Chang's sent yeeting across the arena like he's in a boss fight cutscene. Tempest full blow drops like an ultimate ability, obliterating Yu Chang's HP bar. He's blasted into a wall, leaving a crater like it's a cinematic finisher. The crowd's going wild, whispering, "Did young master Yu Chang just get one-shotted by Wu Hui? You love to see it, right?" The unexpected just became reality. The crowd goes wild. Let's be real, folks. This payback arc is chef's kiss. Up on the balcony, Tangon and his crew are glued to this like it's a pro esports final. One dude's freaking out. "Tangon, how did Wu Hui pull off Tempest Dance?" Tangon just shrugs, "Told you he has what it takes." Another guy's like, "Yo, this isn't a small matter you can brush aside." Tangon nods. "Yeah, you're right. So, what's the vibe, squad? Is Wu Hui's wind hitting different from wind we once served?" "Are you saying that Wu Hui has the same talent for the wind as the branch clan head?" they ask. Tangon's leaning in like, "Not right now. It's still too early to say. But he was able to create a Tempest in 10 days. I'd say that's potential. Plus, he's talking big about reviving the Tempest squad. How am I not getting hype chills?" Tangon adds. He pauses, squinting. "But hold up. Why is he still making wind?" "Yeah. Wu Hui's not done." He's shouting, "Sis." Tang Kyujin, his sister, spins around and Wu Hui's grinning. "Would you accept a duel with your still new brother? What a mad lad." Kyujin's like, "Excuse me, what?" Her brain's blue screening at this bold call-out. The crowd's buzzing, finally clocking who she is. "Wait, that's Wu Hui's sister. Yo, that's Tang Kyujin, the 9-Dragon family branch successor." They're freaking out. She's probably back from Qingcheng for the Dark Supreme's visit. Everyone's losing it, screaming, "Wu Hui, the Tempest Dance rookie, versus Kyujin, Sichuan's strongest. This ain't a spar, it's a raid boss battle." They're hyped. This is next level compared to the Yu Chang smackdown. We hit the jackpot today. We're getting a front row seat to Miss Kyujin's skills. You can feel the arena's energy popping off like a mana surge. Tangon's squad up top is sweating buckets. "Yo, Tangon, this is getting wild. Does Wu Hui even stand a chance?" Tangon's stressing. Wu Hui shouldn't be at her level yet. What's he planning? Just flexing the Tempest and defeating Yu Chang was already enough to lock in his rep in the family. If he defeats Kyujin here, he might even have a chance at becoming the heir. But if he loses, Kyujin will be put in the spotlight. Bet she knows this is a bad idea too. If it was them alone, she would have backed out. But she can't now. If she backs out in front of all these people, it would bring shame to the family. A creepy, sinister voice whispers in her ear, "Why stress, girl? He's the one who wants it. Your heart's itching to go aggro. Just trust your instincts," it urges her. Kyujin's trying hard to resist this inner voice. No, she has too much family drama to worry about. She can't just fight here. Wu Hui clocks her hesitation and goes, "Sis, why so serious? It's not a death match, just vibe and have fun." Kyujin's resolve crumbles, thinking, "Enjoy it, huh?" She yeets herself into the arena like a total boss. The crowd roars like they're at a world championship. With grace, Kyujin introduces herself formally. I'm Tang Qiujin, heir to the Nine-Dragon family of the Sichuan Tang clan and a swordsman in training with the Qingcheng sect's Upper Blue Palace. I've trained under the Master of Blade Wu Hu and my specialties are Alone-in-World style and lightning-severing quick blade. Her peers call her Thousand-Petal Beauty, and she wishes Wu Hui a good match. Wu Hui steps up, with his own intro, second chid of the Tang clan's Nine-Dragon family trained by fierce Wind Knight Tang Gan, and I have learned the Tempest Dance. I ask for your guidance today. The fight's locked in, and the crowd's losing it. Wu Hui remarks that his sis looks like she's having fun. Qiujin's grinning like a predator. Heck yeah, I haven't been this pumped in ages. Maybe a little too excited? Wu Hui smiles. Well, how could I not be? Our dear Wu Hui wants to duel his own sister, she replies in a chilling tone. The air's electric as they lock eyes, ready to throw down. He goes, "You ready, sis?" Qiujin's eyes are blazing. Yup. Let's get this party started. They're both locked in, vibes at max. But Wu Hui's got jokes thinking no three-strike handicap for the underdog. He pops off with Tempest Dance, early Windblade Seal. The move's slick, parrying Qiujin's opening swing like a pro. She's grinning. That's the move that blocked my blade the last time. Guess I can swing as much as I want now, right? Plus, you told me to enjoy myself. What do you mean you want an advantage? She grins, immediately on the attack again. He clocks that she's incredibly fast. He'll have to use everything at his disposal. Shadow Shroud. Drifting body pops off. Qiujin's shook. Oh my, you've even mastered Yu Chang's skills. You're out here breaking the meta. She doubles down, cranking the pressure. You're still a noob with those, she yells gleefully. Wu Hui's grunting, getting pushed back hard. Talk about a tank test. Wu Hui just smirks though, you can see he's sweating. Didn't know the Qingcheng sword arts were this violent. Oh, this isn't the sword arts of Qingcheng, she replies. In that creepy voice she says, you're hiding some of that energy you showed me yesterday. Well, I'm hiding my claws too. He's thinking, time to show her the real deal. Ok, fine, Wu Hui says. Guess I'll have to show you. Boom. He unleashes his Venom Dragon technique. Qiujin's eyes light up like she just pulled a 5-star gacha, thinking, yeah, this is it. That venomous aura, that spectral energy, she's hyped for a real fight. She's locked in, sword low, bracing herself. Qiujin's grinning with exhilaration. This is the fight I've always wanted. You can strike first this time, Qiujin says. Wu Hui immediately feels the shift, like whoa, her whole vibe is different now. It feels like all the killing intent of the azure spectral streak was bound together with the pure will of the Qingcheng sword. Seriously, it feels like facing a literal demon dressed up as a sweet angel. So messed up. Wu Hui's brain kicks into overdrive. She's giving him the first move? Bro, you gotta take that. That's the same Tempest blow you used on Yu Chang, but it's more powerful now, and before he can even blink, she's onto him. Qiujin sees right through it, totally calling out his execution as clumsy. She playfully warns him to watch out when facing stronger opponents. Ouch. Wu Hui thanks her with a sarcastic grimace, already plotting his next crazy move. Here's the core idea. Combining techniques can totally one-shot someone, but only if they're on your exact same power level. So Wu Hui busts out the 12 beats of the Violent Tiger. This art, engulfed in the Tempest, is better for multiple strikes. Qiujin is genuinely surprised he even knows that technique. Wu Hui uses the Tempest Dance's explosive speed, and combines it with the strikes from 12 beats of the Violent Tiger to create a flurry of high-powered attacks. But Qiujin, she's still moving like butter, countering everything he throws. Wu Hui's pushing himself to go faster and faster. He's getting up to maximum speed, but somehow, Qiujin manages to find a tiny opening. She whips out her lightning-severing quick blade, and Wu Hui gets absolutely swamped. Did I attack too rashly? Wu Hui's questioning his strategy. Nah, this is his chance to dive in. It momentarily catches Qiujin off guard. But she's just finding joy in this chaotic dance, absolutely relishing the thrill of the fight. Meanwhile, the spectators are glued to this, totally amazed by the insane combat they're witnessing. Yu Chang's finally regained consciousness and asks what the heck's going on. He's confused but also low-key impressed that Wu Hui is actually holding his own against his sister. He asks where his mom was. Still out. He's thinking that there's no way his sister will lose. But the longer this fight drags on, the higher that bastard Wu Hui's star will rise in the clan. Just look at how everyone's cheering him on now. Yu Chang is in utter disbelief at what's unfolding before his eyes. Back to the battle, Wu Hui's managed to create an opening. Just need to continue my offense, he thinks. But hold up. You're focusing too much on my sword, Qiujin taunts, giving him a swift kick. What's this? This isn't Qingcheng style? You're confused, aren't you? She smirks. I may be a student of Qingcheng now, but up until 5 years ago, I was learning the arts of the Tang clan. Great. Just great. She's mixing the straightforward Qingcheng stuff with the tricky Tang clan method, making her attacks both powerful and totally unpredictable. Woonhui's impressed at how she managed to mesh these two opposing martial arts. This is the power of his sister's azure spectral streak. Her mastery is just undeniable. She's moving like a ghost while his own body is going numb with fatigue. He can even taste the bile. So this is how physical combat feels like. Kyujin pauses for a bit to point out something. His martial arts are like a beginner's. His moves are kinda simple and basic, but when it comes to reading his opponent and dodging, it's on the same level as a warrior who's fought in 100 wars. He just laughs it off, feeling this sudden clarity. He finally understands his own movement. In his old body that couldn't use any martial arts, reading and preemptively dodging was his combat style. But he forgot one crucial thing. Even when using the mystic arts, he didn't use them rigidly in their original form. The same is true with the martial arts. He has to adapt. Kyujin notices the change and she's visibly delighted by her brother's expression. She's loving this. Woonhui's actions make Kyujin think he's cooked up something totally unique. And bam! It's a whirlwind of motion. Kyujin charges aggressively, aiming directly at Woonhui. She flashes that confident grin. It's showtime. Let's see what he's got. Kyujin sends a flurry of strikes his way, but you can tell they're not meant to kill. Woonhui notices she's holding back a bit, not going for the lethal blow. That little bit of worry for his safety, it reveals a soft spot, a potential weakness. He's grateful, sure, but come on, he's not about to let that stop him from turning the tables. So, he unleashes the 12 beats of the violent tiger claw breaker. Kyujin acknowledges it's a solid move, but she's like, didn't you already do this? But then something totally catches her off guard. The wind deflected from his attack swirls back in this unexpected way. This creates a super tricky situation for Kyujin, basically restricting her movements with this turbulent energy. She's actually impressed that Woonhui's learned to use the tempest wind like this. But alarm bells are ringing in her head, sensing this could get dangerous like right now. An explosive display of power just erupts. Woonhui's skills collide with her defenses, creating this massive burst of energy that shakes everything. Shock totally ripples through the spectators. Their mouths are wide open in pure astonishment. Yu Chang is equally stunned. His sister is clearly on the back foot here. Woonhui's form is just a blur of speed as he charges forward with pure ferocity. As the dust finally settles, he stands there, catching his breath, the weight of the battle hitting him just a little. Did he do it? Was he able to defeat his sister? Kyujin is kneeling there, still reeling from that insane hit he just threw. The crowd? Still in shock, man. The energy is just hanging in the air. Everyone's like, whoa, what just went down? The squad members stare at Tangan like this is all his fault. What? He stares back. They're actually worried about Kyujin. After that explosive clash? Yeah, makes sense. Okay, it's official. Nobody saw this coming. But it wasn't just about Woonhui's crazy skills, but that wild light that went off just now. Sis, this is a bit unfair, don't you think? Woonhui calls out. But then Kyujin steps out of the smoke with this smug grin. She's like, yep, totally planned to keep my ultimate skill hidden. But since it got noticed, no need to hide anymore. And boom, Kyujin whips out her sword chi. That energy is just crackling with power. The crowd goes wild. She used sword chi, which means she just hit the early peak level, cementing her status as a certified elite martial artist. What a boss. Over there, Yu Chang is just cheesing, basking in her glory. He's thinking that his half-bro Woonhui has zero chance now. Kyujin is powering up, ready to end this. Woonhui gets it. Dragging out a fight with someone who's clearly a stage lower than her? Nah, that's just rude. He wanted a longer fight to test his own limits, but nope. He knows that she plans to finish this in the next move. Woonhui's in his head cooking up a strategy. His wind earlier was able to block her sword attacks, but it can't block a sword wrapped in chi. You seem to have a plan? Kyujin calls out. She can tell because she can sense his heart beating super fast. He admits to getting a bit too excited. Only crazy people obsessed with martial arts would get excited like that, he mutters. What are you saying? Kyujin interrupts. The people who drive themselves mad over martial arts are what we call martial artists. Woonhui's surprised. I see. I am a martial artist, he smiles. When he reincarnated into this body, he was too focused on just grinding levels, forgetting the actual fun of fighting. That was the reason he wanted to become a martial artist. To feel the excitement of a fight. Kyujin's feeling it too. Mind and spirit recharged, she's ready to go again. It's showtime, baby. Bring it on. Woonhui gestures, and with a dazzling rush, Kyujin unleashes her full power. This is it. As expected, Kyujin is laser-focused on one strike, going for the win. Woonhui needs to counter this with the most powerful form of the Tempest Dance. He's mixing it with spectral energy, compressing it perfectly. His face is lit up with pure power and determination, but he knows if he messes up, it's game over. Behold, the thundering wind cannon forms in his hands. This thing is a terrifying mix of speed and raw force. They clash, and Woonhui grunts at the sheer force. Again, he's having doubts. Was his power not enough to fight a martial master at the early peak level? But he brushes it aside. Either his plan works, or it doesn't. That's all there is to it. He throws everything into a massive sweeping attack. The ground is literally crumbling under the force. Yu Chang is grinning from the sidelines. No way that idiot could withstand that attack. But wait, what's that? Wen Hui calculated this. This was all part of the plan. He was aiming for the exact moment the sword chi left Kyujin's sword and it became just a regular sword. And at that exact moment unleashes his strike that smashes through the sword. He falls back. His arm's now messed up. Normally, breaking a swordsman's sword would indicate victory. But nope, things ain't over yet. Because Tang Kyujin, possessor of the Azure Spectral Soul Streak, would never let something like a broken sword get in her way. And Wen Hui? He's got this huge smile. The same goes for him as well. Both are absolute units, charged up and going all out into this wild fight. Wen Hui's unleashing everything. His energy is literally crackling like a storm about to drop. He's throwing down his Tempest Dance with crazy intensity now. Kyujin braces for impact. Can she possibly tank that thundering wind cannon? And check this out, she's actually admiring him. You really are the best way, she remarks. Kyujin charges. Every single step is pure power. Her moves are smooth like a predator on the hunt. She pulls out the rising dragon kick method. All on pure adrenaline. The crowd is losing it. These two are about to seriously injure each other. But wait, what's that? Before they could even collide, a shadow like a blur gets in between. I believe you two have had enough playtime, says this super authoritative voice that just cuts through all the chaos. Kyujin is totally startled. Who is this dude? His presence alone is changing the whole vibe. You planning on greeting the branch clan head from a hospital bed? He asks. Savage. I greet the head of the 9 dragon family, Kyujin says, finally realizing who it is. Wen Hui's brain is breaking. Wait, is this? He can't believe it. This is the family head? And his dad? Yep, it's the legendary patriarch himself, Tang Hosan. A spirit pops in and shouts a warning to Wen Hui. Young master, watch out. It seems like his skills have leveled up a lot since the last encountered him. Yeah, he can see that. At first, Wen Hui thought that maybe this dude's power was maybe on par with an elder from the heavenly demon divine cult. But he was so wrong. He doesn't even think he can take on this dude with his old demon cult body. So, the patriarch drops this line, you seem dissatisfied with something. Hosan straight up asks Wen Hui if there's anything he wants to spill. Wen Hui tries to play it smooth, you know the drill, but was his staring totally obvious? Got no choice. So here we go. So he just casually asks, trying not to sound too nosy, I was just wondering what you were doing here. And the dad? Completely unfazed. He asks if there's anywhere in the 9 Dragons division he's not allowed to go. I was just worried that my lack of martial arts skills might sully your eyes, he replies. Smooth move, dude. Cut to the crowd and folks, their jaws are on the floor. They are absolutely stunned seeing Wen Hui just chatting with his dad like it's totally normal. He can feel that even Kyujin is freaked out, totally unsettled, feeling the same fear as everyone else. That's probably a reasonable response, considering that everyone saw him as the illegitimate child who was always neglected, he thinks. He remembers what he saw from the remnants of the original Tang Wen Hui's memories, and he gets it. Tang Hosan is a man of the Tang clan through and through. A smile creeps up Hosan's lips. Yeah, he's still not impressed by Wen Hui's dual skills. Ouch. That's gotta be a real kick in the pride for any son, gotta say. But okay, back to the conversation. Tang Hosan actually admits he heard Wen Hui's personality changed. He says it's better than he expected. Hey, that's something, right? Then the chat shifts gears as he looks towards Yu Chang. But I'm disappointed in someone else, he says, staring daggers at Yu Chang. You're in trouble now, buddy. He calls Tang Gan, Tang Jin, and Tang Tae. They reacted to slow and stopping the fight. Do better. Disperse everyone and take care of the rest. He orders as he walks away. With their father gone, everyone relaxes. Wen Hui asks Kyujin why she looks so bummed out. She's like, we're just still not good enough for father. And Wen Hui's just chill about it. He's like, meh, that's just dad how dad is. He'll notice you if you really shine and discard you if you don't live up to his expectations. Sorry he's not a good father to you, Kyujin apologizes. Yeah, no dramas for Wen Hui. Right now he's just hungry and in the mood for a drink. Good call. Cut to nighttime and the moon is looking good. Kyujin is absolutely living for this chill time. Seeing how eager Kyujin is, Wen Hui totally teases her, joking she hasn't been fed in ages. Do they not feed you over there at Qingcheng? Now she's complaining about the Qingcheng food being like all greens. She's a growing girl and demands meat and drink ASAP. I hate this about Taoists, she says, clearly annoyed. Kyujin tells her brother, keep pouring that drink. Wen Hui gets curious, totally intrigued, and asks about Kyujin's greater martial brother. She gets all flustered, wondering why Wen Hui's suddenly so interested in that. With a mischievous grin, Wen Hui replies that it's because she's always writing about him. It's always Marshall brother this and Marshall brother that. Turns out this guy is actually gonna visit when the clan head shows up. I want to know him better so I can treat him well. Woon-wee snickers. Okay, things suddenly turn serious. This Marshall brother Lee Cholson is gonna visit, and it's for quote, precautionary reasons. But rumors are flying that the reason for the Dark Supreme's visit is that he's cooking up another special squad, like the Tempest Squad in the past. If that's true, the other clans and sects in Sichuan are gonna make a move, including the Qingsheng sect. They're probably sending Lee Cholson here because they can't blindly trust Kyujin, or could it be something more important than that? Woon-wee's trying to decipher all their moves. Suddenly, he spots someone. Oh, is this your friend you were gonna invite? Kyujin turns around excitedly. Whoa! Tangon suddenly shows up. Kyujin is absolutely shocked, calling him Uncle Gon. He compliments Kyujin about being able to manifest her sword aura. Kyujin, looking a little frustrated, asks Woon-wee why he totally kept their uncle's visit a secret. She anxiously offers Tangon a seat. As Tangon sits down, he cracks a joke. That's a lot of food. You're not gonna put it all on my tab again, are you? And while Woon-wee and Tangon trade jabs, Kyujin is left completely, utterly flabbergasted. Like, what is even happening? Kyujin totally scolds her brother, tells him to stop being so casual with their super respected uncle. Turns out, this uncle is basically Tang Hosan's Marshall brother. He even saved his life once. Okay, yeah, maybe be a little less casual, Woon-wee. Woon-wee tries to backtrack, doing damage control. He realizes he's been kinda rude to someone way more important than he thought. Kyujin's pleased her brother actually apologized and nods in approval. Tangon's disgusted face totally sums it up. You're making me lose my appetite. He yells at Woon-wee. Miss Kyujin, did you put him up to this? Good times. Suddenly, the conversation shifts. Woon-wee leans in, curious about the legendary Old Tempest Squad, also called the Righteous Wind Squad. The big question, what does his master think of them? And check this out. He gleefully rates them a perfect, absolutely perfect 10. His master's hilarious response, you disgust me, totally packed with humor and exasperation. But was he right though? Woon-wee counters. Yep, he was totally right. The back and forth banter keeps going, everyone agreeing that, hey, everyone's right this time. As the friendly banter flows, Woon-wee's in his head thinking, through this duel he was able to grab the attention of Old Tempest Squad members, Tang Kyujin and Tang Hosan. Now what he needs to worry about next is what move Namgung Sanyung's gonna make before the Dark Supreme shows up. Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, a mysterious journey is happening under a big full moon. Woon-wee's little spy wonders out loud, how much further? Yeah, sounds like they're tired. He's also worried his master might think he ran away and kill him. The carriage finally stops. Looks like they've hit their destination. Woon-wee's stepmother gets out and the critter is watching super intently. She's looking for the temple master. That must be the guy who was responsible for poisoning Woon-wee. Spurter Bro notices some dark energy just wrapping around them. What in the world is Namgung woman doing? And just then, a mysterious figure steps out from the swirling shadows. Master told me to greet you, the figure says. Sanyung is surprised. How'd he know she was coming? Impressive skills. Then the figure pulls down its hood. And there it is. A chilling, absolutely terrifying realization. It's a Jiangshi, aka a zombie. Spider Ghost Bro is losing his mind. A Jiangshi? And not just any Jiangshi, one that can actually think? These things are like S-tier raid bosses, impossible to control even for top-tier alchemists, right? Yo, this ain't no basic sorcerer's hideout. This place is giving endgame dungeon vibes. Spider Bro's scurrying around, panicking if he's got enough tea to impress his master. Spoiler, he's coming up short. Dude's desperate to dig up more dirt to flex for the young master and lock in that request approval. Inside, a massive skeletal figure's chilling at an altar, straight up begging for better oracles. The Jiangshi rolls up and announces Namgung's arrival. Temple Master Zhang, all smug, hits her with, "Back again, huh? Bet something went south." He's throwing shade, calling her out for being greedy, preaching that their god's all about devotion, not folks who only show up when they need favors. But Namgung's not sweating it. She claps back, saying she pays big, way more than anyone's ready for. She pops open chests stuffed with silver. "So, what's your god think now, Temple Master?" she asks. Zhang's eyes are practically sparkling. "Oh, the gods favor you," he says, grinning. "Dear God, you liking this?" "Same." Zhang's hyped, pocketing the bribe like it's no big deal. Spider Bro's side-eyeing this, wondering if Zhang's from the Maoshan sect. Nah, dude's too much of a downer for that. Namgung ups the ante, promising another chest of jewels if this goes smooth. Zhang's all smiles, praising her for knowing how to get on the god's good side. He's like, "Alright, what's the job? Ready to make moves." Namgung reminds him of her last request, brainwashing the concubine's kid. Zhang's like, "Yeah, that's in the works." But Namgung drops a bomb. The game's changed. She's stewing over her clash with Kyujin, thinking that kid's the root of all her problems and needs to be deleted ASAP. She leans in, all serious, can you turn him into a live Jiangxi? Zhang lets out a dark chuckle, vibing with Namgoong's ruthless energy. Meanwhile, Spider Bro's freaking out. These folks are unhinged. He's gotta warn the young master. Stat. He's shaking, thinking if Zhang can whip up live Jiangxi like it's nothing, Wenhui's in deep trouble. Like game over levels of trouble. Spider Bro, the wraith, zips through the dark forest, but then a bunch of glowing red eyes light up the shadows. He clocks it. They all beast Jiangxi. It hits him, Zhang's got the skills to make beast Jiangxi, which means he's tied to the Blackbone Ghost Valley. That's a rogue faction of the Mao Shan sect that rolled with the Heavenly Demon Divine Cult. Talk about a plot twist. Back with Namgoong, Zhang's like, you're being tailed. Namgoong shook. Zhang points out the wraith spying on her was one of a kind and the mastermind behind the concubine's kid might be a bigger headache than they thought. Namgoong's not playing. She tosses in another chest of jewels to sweeten the deal. Now she wants the mastermind's identity, and that kid turned into a live Jiangxi. Zhang's down, suggesting they hunt down the mastermind who's been stalking them. Out of nowhere, a jacked-up figure appears and Namgoong's legit startled. You called, master, the figure says, all business. Zhang orders his goon to snag the escaped wraith and track the sorcerer behind it. Got it, the underling says, vanishing like a speedrunner. This beefed-up Jiangxi's leaping through the air, hot on Spider Bro's trail. Looks like the beast Jiangxi haven't caught him yet. Dude's got some serious agility stats. He activates a glowing inscription on his hand and zooms off. Spider Bro senses the new player in the mix. He's still got those beast Jiangxi on his tail, but he's not throwing in the towel. He's gotta warn his master in time. Back at the White Pavilion, Wenhui's asking his sister why she's still hanging around instead of heading home. Kyujin's like, I just want to chill a bit longer. Wenhui's not buying it. With Yu Chang defeated and Namgoong Sanyang's plans in the gutter, he knows they're coming for him with everything they've got. And he's betting Kyujin's clued in on it too. Fine, just don't bug me while I'm training, he says, dipping out. The ghosts are low-key impressed by Kyujin's upright vibe even though she's from the Qingchang sect. They're chuckling like how's someone this pure tied to Tang Ho-san and the Namgoong woman. Wenhui's not here for it, snapping, zip it or I'm turning you into wraith pills. Savage move. Wenhui's picking up on something weird since his duels. Something's shifted. One of the ghosts asks what's up. Yu Chang explains there used to be a lag between his thoughts and moves when he was throwing martial arts, like his brain and body were out of sync. He chalked it up to being a noob, but now that delay's shrinking. One ghost, a former divine cult instructor, asks to check Wenhui's body. Wenhui's cool with it, and the wraiths give him a once-over. One asks if he's heard of accumulated merit, and Wenhui's like, that different from internal energy. The ghost breaks it down, internal energy's about grinding with the same playbook, but accumulated merit, that's tied to your enlightenment, family roots, personality, your whole character sheet. The ghost thinks the accumulated merits of Tang Wenhui's body from his 17 years and the new merits Wenhui's been stacking are totally different vibes. That's why he's been feeling that lag. The ghost adds, the delay's shrinking, so I'm guessing Tang Wenhui's and your accumulated merits are starting to sync up. Just a theory though. Wenhui's thinking, he's saying I'm starting to vibe with Tang Wenhui's identity enough that our merits are blending. He's been treating Tang Wenhui's body like someone else's since he reincarnated, but after the duels, that's shifting. He's starting to claim it as his own. Meeting Kyujin and Tang Hosen's been chipping away at his mental wall and he's assimilating. So, how much have I assimilated? He asks the ghost. Maybe 40%, it replies. The wraith's hyped, telling him, if that assimilation rate climbs, you'll be unlocking martial arts achievements like it's nothing, young master. Wenhui, cool as ever, just says, great, that's all I need. To level up in mystic arts, your body and soul gotta be in sync. The more Tang Wenhui's body and Yon Wenhui's soul mesh, the closer I get to my old life's mystic power cap. That's the grind. Meanwhile, Kyujin's watching Wenhui drill his staff skills. She's reflecting on how much he's changed. To think he'd be this confident and all in on martial arts. But her heart's heavy. She feels bad he had to change, and Wenhui's building his own empire. It's only gonna get stronger. But she knows her mom Namgoong won't wait for his castle to solidify. Suddenly Kyujin's on edge. Something's coming. She can sense it. Hey, something's closing in. Her dark passenger whispers. A swirling mist rolls in, all ominous. Young master. This is, one of the ghosts starts. Yup, ghost fog. Wenhui confirms, a sinister grin creeping across his face. From the cinnabar poison and crafting style, I knew they'd pull wraith sorcery. They've finally taken the bait. Alright, let's see how big this fish is. Yo, Wenhui's ready to reel in the chaos. Meanwhile, in the distance, the Zhang's main guy's up on a rooftop and dude is feeling the absolute thrill of the hunt. It's been a minute for him, you know? According to his master, this sorcerer was using crazy wraith sorcery, and the magic trail led to this place. He just chuckles, already hyped for the chaos that's about to drop. He's been building up this ghost fog. It's like a total blackout curtain, blocking anything from the outside. And inside this fog, yeah, you could probably build a whole theme park, and nobody outside would even know. His eyes are glowing red, scanning for his target, and then he spots a figure with a thin purple thread connected to him. Okay, why is this connected to my second target, the concubine's kid? He wonders if the sorcerer cut his tail off to evade detection. Maybe he's using this concubine's kid to control the wraith. Meanwhile, our boy Woonhui's hamming it up, pretending to be blind in the fog. The mastermind's cunning is honestly kind of surprising. Well, since Woonhui is his second target, he'll just take him and let the kid lead him to the mastermind. So this minion sneaks up, silent as a ninja, thinking Woonhui is clueless. He's like, hey kid, stay still and I'll help you become a good Jiangshi. But wait, hold up, footsteps. Someone else is crashing the party. And who is it? It's Tang Kyujin arriving with some seriously heavy aura. Minion dude is totally caught off guard. He sees her just charging in headfirst like a total boss. And boom, chaos mode activated. Kyujin bursts in with this absolutely maniacal laugh. You know the one. The I'm here to mess things up. Laugh. Then you hear it. Gotcha. Just echoing through the air. Speed and power just jumped into the fight, ready to throw down. Okay, that's a big fish, Woonhui mutters to himself. He pegs the new arrivals right away, a death swordsman and a Gudiao beast, both from the Blackbone Ghost Valley. He's pretty sure Kyujin can take on this death swordsman on her own, but this guy, this is an assassin sent by Namgung Sanyang herself. Okay, trust issues activated. Does Woonhui rely on Tang Kyujin to actually do her duty as a Taoist or take her mother's side? Crash! The ground just splinters as Kyujin smashes the death swordsman to the ground. The swordsman recognizes that powerful King Sheng sword energy. This must be Tang Kyujin, but what's she even doing here? He tries to talk to her. But talking mid-clash? Yeah, good luck with that. She's not here for a chat, she's here to throw down. Die again, you dirty Jiangshi, she screams, slicing through him with total precision. He gets sent flying back and the realization hits him hard. This matchup, it's hopelessly incompatible. He's getting wrecked. The death swordsman pulls himself together, quickly calculating the risks if Kyujin gets hurt. They'd lose their deal with Namgung and oh man, their master would absolutely torture him. What's got you so anxious? Kyujin calls out, totally sensing his hesitation. Her skills are on full display. Stop thinking and just die. Kyujin screams, closing the distance with fierce determination. She's not holding back. He's getting completely overwhelmed by her non-stop assault. At this rate, he's really gonna die. And then the truth bomb drops. This guy admits he's been holding back. Why? Because she's Namgung's daughter. Plot twist. Kyujin is stunned. She can't even process what she just heard. Like, did he really just say that? It's your fault for not listening, he insists, totally powering up with this strengthening crimson energy. Boosted by ghost powers, he charges back into the fight, trying to flip the script. He activates his ghost enhancement technique, showing off its super eerie power. Kyujin's frozen in place at the beast's transformation. Death Swordsman, second form, strikes. He warns Kyujin to stand down. This is what Madame Namgung ordered. You already knew your mother was capable of this? Her mission? Find the mastermind and somehow change her mother's path. Anti-demonic energy, he yells, realizing it way too late as Kyujin charges forward. You are so stubborn, the swordsman roars, just barreling forward. If this fight drags out much longer, things could get super unpredictable. Even with that thorny ghost fog formation giving him an edge, the Righteous Wind Squad could still totally detect him. Our bad guy is definitely feeling the pressure. He's gonna use the Gudiao beast. His real focus though? Still laser focused on the concubine's child, no distractions allowed here. Then a new creature surges forward, the Gudiao beast, teeth bared, letting out a scream that could wake the actual dead. Okay, quick win here. The ghosts actually managed to stop that beast from releasing more ghost fog. Woonhui cracks a joke. Finally, he brought out the Gudiao. I almost fell asleep from waiting. Our MC, Woonhui, just grumbles about the noise. Yep, totally unimpressed by this dramatic monster entrance. Classic Woonhui. Bow your head, he commands. Wait, what? The show is absolutely not over. Purple Eyes' evil ghost haunt is unleashed. The Gudiao is letting out another spine-chilling wail. The beast zooms right past him and face plants on the ground. Oh, come on. I didn't mean bow your head that low, he mutters. The ghosts are inspecting it. Wow, it didn't even break its neck. Maybe this Gudiao thing actually has some hidden stats or something? Whoever built this creature definitely dumped a ton of resources into it. But too bad it was Woonhui they had to face, chuckles the chonky one. Get up. Woonhui commands the bird. He gives it a choice. Square up against Mr. Death Swordsman over there, or pick a fight with him. The Gudiao just squawks and immediately flies off. Guess he made the right choice. He starts attacking the Death Swordsman instead. What the heck, dude? Swordsman yells. Did I lose control of my pet monster? Panic mode initiated? It must be the sorcerer who did it. He must be nearby, the swordsman thinks. This is way above his pay grade. Time to run, he declares. But wait, don't look away in the middle of a fight. Especially not with Tang Kyujin in total beast mode. Kyujin slices through the air like a boss. The Death Swordsman monster totally reels back, screaming in pain. Its left arm, gone, and you can practically hear its brain hitting the panic button, needing to regroup ASAP. But hold up. Why only the left arm? Was that intentional? The monster's mind is blown, demanding answers. Like, dude, did you go easy because of Madame Namgoon? But Kyujin's response is ice cold, totally unyielding. Nah, I'm planning to rip you to shreds so you can repent for your mistakes, then I'll save you slowly. She grins disturbingly. What the heck is that face? The swordsman yells. You don't look like you're trying to save me at all. Suddenly, a screech rips through the night. The Gudiao slashes at the swordsman's face. You bird brain, he screams. He has no idea why that Gudiao beast suddenly switched sides. Right in the middle of this chaos. Bam. The Alone in World style drops. You can feel its power vibrating through the ground. The evil extermination/barrage just hammers this beast, completely messing up its ghostly buffs. Desperate mode activated. It's trying to bail, grabbing onto the chance while that fog is still hanging around. That severed arm is just lying there. Gross. Sparks are flying as the monster channels some serious energy, clearly planning one last desperate move. But Kyujin is locked in. He suddenly lunges as if to flee. Where do you think you're going? Kyujin calls out, zooming after him. The swordsman waits for the right moment when Kyujin glides over the severed hand. And boom. The hand explodes, forcing Kyujin to stop and take on a defensive stance. Those crucial few moments are enough for the swordsman. Is that a cracked pill in his hand? Kyujin moves in again, not even fazed by fatigue, totally planning another barrage of attacks. Just as her blade is about to pierce, the swordsman vanishes. He escaped, Kyujin just mutters. The duel just ends? Wait, what just happened? The Death Swordsman is gone. It all went according to Woonhui's plan. Okay, flashback. The fog's quickly closing in and Woonhui asks Kyujin for help, and she drops a warning, gotta be super careful, demonic arts are definitely in play here. Woonhui explains his strategy. They absolutely cannot harm the Jiangxi. Why? This dude is strong enough to infiltrate the Tang clan. That means he's strong enough to cover the area in enchantment. They have to make him feel threatened enough to use his escape talisman. Because right now they don't have the power to beat a Jiangxi like him inside his enchantment area. But if Kyujin can force him out of the enchantment, Woonhui can follow him and maybe figure out who's behind this attack on the Nine Dragons division. Now the talk gets heavy. This Jiangxi was sent by her mother, Kyongjin admits. What are you gonna do if I decide to take her side? She asks. Then I'll simply be the loser in this game of wits. Woonhui smiles. Isn't that what it means to be a part of the Tang clan? Facing that wild truth, Kyujin snaps back into focus. Woonhui has endured so much inside this family full of lies and deceit. She needs him to know that not everyone's like that. Suddenly, some screeching catches her attention. It's the Jiangxi beast from earlier. Didn't know it was still around, she remarks, flashing one of her crazy smiles. Meanwhile, the Death Swordsman materializes in the forest beyond. He can't believe he's running away after failing his mission, totally stressing about the consequences coming his way. His master won't tolerate this failure. He's cursing the Kyujin who messed things up for him, pure frustration boiling over. Suddenly a voice cuts through the woods. If you were going to rest, you should have gone a bit further. Then he says, no way, I've been tracked. Totally can't believe it. He's surprised it's the useless son. How the heck did he track him so fast? He still thinks there's a sorcerer behind Woonhui pulling his strings. But we know what's up, don't we? This is my chance, he thinks to himself, smirking. He'll just capture Woonhui and make him spill the sorcerer's identity and get his Gudiao back. Talk about a 2-for-1. Spectral energy starts amassing around Woonhui. This dude, still as dense as ever, thinks that the sorcerer must have attached some stray ghost to Woonhui. Meanwhile, Woonhui is totally roasting Namgung Sanyang. I get that she's desperate, but teaming up with the Blackbone Ghost Valley, that's next level desperate. The Death Swordsman's eyes are wide, full of panic, demanding how Woonhui knows all these deep secrets. Woonhui just shrugs it off, as a dark shadow starts wrapping itself around him. The swordsman is stammering, totally blindsided by this reveal. Then, bam! Realization hits him like a truck. Wait, he mutters. Woonhui is standing there shrouded in dark energy, just radiating power. And then, a total transformation. That's the evil Ghost War robe, the swordsman exclaims. He laughs, totally appreciating that the swordsman recognizes it. He must be an old-timer for knowing about such a relic. Apparently, everyone in Blackbone Ghost Valley heard tales about this robe like 10 years ago. It was used by the infamous Yan Wunhui to cause absolute chaos with sorcery. How did his opponent even get hold of that thing? The swordsman's still in shock. The cloaked figure just dodges the question. Do you really think I'll answer your questions? He thunders. And when it's Wunhui's turn to ask, the swordsman gives the exact same evasive answer. No biggie. With a chilling grin, he lays down the stakes. Let's talk once you're dead. If he really is the demon cult heir, I might die in a single blow, the death swordsman thinks. Dude's finally starting to use his smarts. Wunhui gears up for the attack. Then bam! He unleashes a wave of purple energy and lunges toward the swordsman. What's it gonna be? Is he gonna bust out mystic arts or tap into the power of the Phantom King? The swordsman wonders. Wait, what? He used martial arts? The swordsman can't believe it. He gets yeeted back. He hits a tree with enough force to splinter its trunk. Shaken, he gets up. Adrenaline is rushing through his veins. Then he realizes that was the secret Tempest dance. Whoa. Analyzing the strategy, he notes his opponent's use of martial arts over mystic arts. Interesting. The swordsman grins. He yells, "You're not the cult heir. The cult heir can't use martial arts and he can destroy me with just a flick of his finger." Yeah, this kid must have just copied the cult heir's abilities, he cackles. But before he can react, large chains fly in and bind him. He recognizes this as the solitary chains of binding, a technique the cult heir created himself. Okay, that's specific. I missed, Wunhui declares nonchalantly. The thought rages in the swordsman's mind. Could he actually be the cult heir? What is even happening? How could the cult heir wield martial arts? But more importantly, how is he still alive? Confusing, isn't it? The Wunhui declares. But I don't think you have time to worry about those things right now. He's right. If they delay, his allies could arrive at any moment. The swordsman knows it's sink or swim time. No backing down now. Making a move is crucial. Yet, mystery lingers. What if he really is the cult heir? Still not making a move? Wunhui questions. Alright, trash talk time then. I can't believe they promote just anyone to death swordsman these days. You couldn't even do your job right. Wunhui keeps taunting. Should I just head back? You look like someone who doesn't know anything. Ouch. The swordsman promises vengeance regardless of the cost. He's locked in. He grabs Wunhui's face and drags him through the forest. Wunhui somehow maintains his focus, impressive control. Looks like his opponent is trying to buy some time and putting some distance away from the village. He doesn't want the swordsman to run away. He's still got some techniques he wanted to try that he couldn't use while fighting Kyujin. Finally, they crash into a wall. The swordsman thinks the fight is over, with his opponent dead. Calls it too early, maybe? He ridicules Wunhui for blabbering just like the cult heir. But hold up. Wunhui is alive and completely unscathed. He jeers that the minions should have traveled further with the returned talisman. What? And retrieve his corpse? How's he gonna do that when his attacks were so weak? The swordsman can't believe it. His attacks didn't work. Could he really be the cult heir? He goes in for another barrage of attacks, overloading his demonic essence to amplify his blows. But it's doing nothing to Wunhui at all. Your attacks are so puny, it would take ages to turn me into a corpse. Wunhui roasts some more. Death Swordsman is at the end of his rope and channels everything into this attacking. But his attacks are all getting nerfed. Wunhui declares the defense capability check of the evil ghost war robe complete. Now it's time for offensive capability check. Bam. He lands one blow to the swordsman, and it sends him flying to oblivion. The swordsman's knocked out and out of steam. But there's one thing he's sure of now. Wunhui's attacks can't finish him off, so he's still weaker than him, he grins. All he has to do is wait it out until his mystic energy runs out. Wunhui approaches. Were you perhaps thinking that my attacks were weak and you'll just wait it out until my mystic energy runs out? Oopsie. Look dude, you think I didn't know you're a Jiangshi of the Blackbone Ghost Valley? Did you seriously think I'd come unprepared? Wunhui asks. Did turning into a corpse rot your brain too? Don't you just love all that trash talk? Don't act so arrogant because you're wearing that robe, the swordsman retorts. Show me what you got. He challenges and starts attacking. He's got to finish this before time runs dry. Tick-tock. The battle's fierce. They clash under the moonlight. But suddenly, Wunhui disappears. An illusion art? The swordsman wonders. But Wunhui's already behind him. He attacks hard, sending the swordsman reeling. The swordsman mocks, "You're as nimble as a rat." This dude never gives up, does he? Wunhui's eyes gleam. That attack didn't land a deep blow. Looks as if he can't get through the defense of a dead swordsman level yet. He's got a lot of things to work on. But for now, it's time to wrap things up. Speedrun time. With dramatic flair, he conjures a giant ghostly tiger, a dazzling display of his raw power. The swordsman's full of confidence. In case you haven't realized yet, your attacks are ineffective against, he yells, and braces for more of the attacks. He's laughing it off. That tickles, he exclaims. Keep punching cause it will be payback time soon. Wunhui lands silently on the forest floor. He was worried it would drag on if the swordsman dodged his attacks. But you went out of your way to get hit by all of them. Guess Jiangshi brains do rot in the process? Wait, what? The beast smirks. Are you crazy? I'm the one that's got you cornered. But bam, blood spurts out of his mouth. He was poisoned? He can't believe it. He didn't even know that Jiangshi could be poisoned. This ain't ordinary poison, Wunhui explains. And then it clicks. Lost soul poison. Wunhui chuckles menacingly, glad that he took the bait. He made sure to striking every corner of him. What a boss move. The death swordsman's body erupts, ghostly forms swirling all around him and eating away at him. This looks bad. They're trying to consume him and he's desperately shaking them off. The spirits are relentless, battering him from every angle. He's getting swarmed. He screams in agony. His defenses are totally failing. This is brutal. He's brought to his knees, energy totally spent. Down goes the swordsman. Wunhui stands tall, victorious, exuding a sense of authority and total menace. The swordsman's now beaten. His voice is weak, but curiosity is still pushing him. He asks, "Are you the cult heir?" Wunhui doesn't answer, just bends down with a sinister grin. He states bluntly, "Hey, you're not dying here." He drops a binding chain in front of his foe. Then the swordsman realizes, oh snap, it's the solitary chains of binding. That's a super ominous sign of what's about to come. As Wunhui announces he's leaving, he commands the elders to train the new recruit well. Wait, new recruit? Shadows swirl around the swordsman in acknowledgement, eager to welcome the newest member of the Ghost Squad. A bit later, Wunhui's trekking through the dark forest. He's thinking, man, this is hard. He had trouble casting sorcery and mystic fields. He's clenching his fist like, gotta level up my martial arts and my casting speed. More grinding to do. But wait, hold up. He senses something. Someone's totally watching him. Did they see the whole fight? He narrows his eyes, trying to see who was there. It's Tang Ho-san. He recognizes him instantly. Seriously? He didn't even try to stop anything after watching the whole thing? Maybe he didn't see everything, but he definitely knew Wunhui was fighting an intruder. What a stuck-up dude, Wunhui grumbles. Suddenly, his sister shows up. And what's this? She's dragging the poor Gudiao by the neck. Sis, what are you doing? Wunhui stammers. Yeah, I thought we might be able to get something out from it. I tried chopping off its wings, but it's tougher than I expected. Kyujin replies nonchalantly. But she did beat it up real bad. She chuckles. Time to change the subject. Hey sis, I lost the guy. You set me up, but I missed my chance. Sorry. Wunhui apologizes. Kyujin's all cool about it, as long as he's safe. She can just beat up this Jiangshi beast until we find its hideout. The creature shrieks and runs behind Wunhui. It looks up at him as if begging him to save it. Bringing a Jiangshi this size into the house is going to be tough, Wunhui mutters. But wait, the Gudiao has some tricks and shrinks down to chibi size. Whoa, you know mystic arts, he says, mildly surprised. Maybe he's got some use for it. I'll keep it in the white pavilion for now. You must be tired. Go rest. Kyujin agrees. As she turns away to leave, her face suddenly becomes serious. Later inside the white pavilion, the dead swordsman is being interrogated. So your master's the accursed white bone instructor? Yes, he is, he replies. It's been ages since Wunhui last saw that old man. Dead swordsman is surprised that Wunhui knew his master. Yeah, a little bit, Wunhui replies. Turns out he learned death arts from that old man. Wunhui smirks. I finished everything in a month. Dead swordsman spills that besides him there's the blue bone merchant, the red bone terror, and the green bone irreversible. 4 of the black bone Ghost Valley's top warriors have surrounded 9 Dragons County. Wunhui's pondering this. There's only one reason they'd be interested, the Dark Supreme's visit. Tang Munyuk, the Dark Supreme, one of the 10 greatest martial masters, just created a new squad under him. The divine cult cannot allow this growth in strength to happen. Normally, they'd plant traitors or try to weaken the squad. But if that's all they were planning, they wouldn't need 4 elders in place, especially since Namgung Sanyang is on their side. It must be something bigger than that. Wunhui puts together that there's also a group called the Society controlling the divine cult behind the scenes. If they've empowered the cult, something that was ridiculous before suddenly become viable attacks. They're trying to assassinate the Dark Supreme, Wunhui declares. The ghosts are in uproar and start scolding the swordsman. Foolish Jiangshi, do you think 4 Blackbone Ghost Valley's elders can take on the Dark Supreme? He's one of the 10 greatest martial masters. These guys are probably scouts, Wunhui says. Dead swordsman isn't sure of the details, but he heard support is coming from Tian Shan. Tian Shan? Not the Society? Wunhui thinks for a second. Number 15, he calls out. Guess that's his name now. You don't know about the Society, he asks. The Jiangshi is clueless. If you don't know, that's fine, he murmurs thoughtfully. Then, to get info on the Society, he needs to capture that old geezer Whitebone instructor. But he's got a problem. At his current level, he can't defeat that dude. He sighs. That's all the info he can get tonight. Then Tangon bursts in, freaking out, asking if he's alright. The instructor says the branch clan head wants to see him and what's with the mess in his front yard. Woonhui's like, my front yard? It's probably the traces of my fight with your sister, Dead Swordsman whispers. Calm down. I'll explain. By the way, it wasn't me, he tells Tangon. He's got Tangon on his side, but he still doesn't know how much Tang Hosun saw during the fight. He has to be careful with whatever he says and find out how much Hosun knows. He's now standing in front of the clan head and greets him formally. The head's questioning him about keeping his distance. Branch clan head, I understand keeping up formalities in public, but you're still doing it in private, he asks. It's just been too long since I've spoken to you in private, Woonhui replies. Tangon is losing it. Are you insane? We barely got him on our good side and now you mess it up. Woonhui smirks. How can you joke about this? Tangon's freaking out. Just keep watching, Woonhui replies like he's got a plan. But we're here to discuss about my contributions in defeating the enemy earlier. That's a public matter too, right? He asks. He knows Tang Hosun didn't call for a father-son bonding moment. They're both checking how much they each know. Seems like you already know why I called you, Hosun declares. And it seems you've already identified the intruder and how your wife is connected to him, Woonhui counters. It's related to the clan head's visit after all, Hosun admits. Woonhui's thinking, he knows about the assassination plan. Then Hosun says, you don't look too surprised. Guess you must have figured it out too. He's slightly unnerved. He's heard Woonhui had changed, but it was simply too much. Everything about him, his energy, his wits, his judgment, aren't easily accomplished in just a few years. He must have been hiding and waiting for the right opportunity to strike. The clan head continues. To think you've been deceiving my eyes for such a long time, your nefariousness truly befits that of a Tang clan. That's a proud papa right there. Woonhui bows. I'm grateful for the positive feedback. It sounded like an insult, but that was a pretty good compliment within the Tang clan. But then, Hosun warns him, don't cross the line. Woonhui's confused. I won't interfere with you and Sanyung's fights, but don't touch those behind Sanyung, Hosun declares. Woonhui's thinking, he lets his son and wife fight but wants to leave the divine cult alone? What's this snake plotting? He plays it cool. I understand, he replies. Will be hard to strike Whitebone right now anyway, so he'll let it be for now. Hosun dismisses him, telling him to go back inside. But Woonhui's not done. Before you go, you need to reward me for defeating the intruder. The clan head's surprised. A reward? You must want something you can't get on your own. Tell me. Woonhui says, I want to train in the monstrous forest. It's a good training ground to recover his mystic powers quickly. Hosun's thinking, the monstrous forest, only the clan head can grant permission. I can request it, but no guarantees. Woonhui sighs internally, well, that method's out for now. But suddenly, Hosun reaches into his robe. In exchange, he says, would you like this instead? He pulls out a vibrant butterfly-like creature. Whoa, Tangon is totally losing it, stuttering, sir, that's... But Tang Hosun just shuts him down. Stay still, Tangon. Our boy Woonhui is like, wait, what's even happening? He's wondering that item is that even Tangon is shook. Tang Hosun holds out this butterfly and asks, you don't like it? But Woonhui replies, no, that's not it. Dude can't even get close because the energy around Hosun is just that intense. Does he want me to get it using another method? Woonhui thinks. Alright, go Wraith number 15, he whispers. And the Wraith is all, yes sir, and flies towards the blood butterfly. It starts fluttering a bit. Surprise registers on Hosun's face. Boom! The butterfly flies out of his hand and heads towards Woonhui. And Tang Hosun? He's shocked, but obviously trying to hide it. It's yours now, he says abruptly, turning around to leave. Tang Hosun tells Tangon, let's go. Tangon's still totally mind-blown, just manages, yes sir. And Woonhui is watching this whole bizarre show. He looks at the butterfly suspiciously. So what is this, Tang clan scums? Meanwhile, the Wraiths are already trash-talking the butterfly. It just looks like some expensive jewelry, but knowing those Tang folks, it's gotta be some hidden weapon. Man, these ghosts sure love to gossip. Woonhui's annoyed. Who even asked for your opinion? Hurry up and follow them. Yes sir! They stutter and fly off. Meanwhile, Tangon's still at his boss's side. Sir, are you sure about this? He knew it was a very precious artifact for Hosun. But hey, it's been 20 years since the legendary Tempest Squad was disbanded and this Nine Dragons branch clan was set up. Most importantly, he adds, Woonhui said he wanted to inherit the Tempest legacy. Tangon suddenly understands. He continues that he showed that artifact to his other two kids, Qiu Jin and Yu Chang, but neither of them cared about it. But Woonhui? He somehow just claimed the blood butterfly? It's like the thing wanted him to take it. If anyone can figure out the secrets of the blood butterfly, it might just be him. A few minutes later, the ghosts are reporting what they heard. Woonhui is asking the Wraiths. He didn't say what the secret is, and the Wraiths are like, yeah, but based on what they said, this butterfly is something precious. One of the wraiths is inside the butterfly and doing a full scan. Get this artifact chugs down a crazy amount of spiritual energy every time it moves. And from how it looks, it might be some kind of demonic tool. This? A demonic tool? Wunhui asks, checking out the blood butterfly curiously. Get out of the way so I can see, he commands, slapping the ghost out of the butterfly. He's deep in though. It's from the Tang clan, so spiritual energy probably isn't its main thing. It shouldn't be able to drain that much energy, he muses, pouring a bit of his powers into it. But then, zap! Wunhui is all what? Wunhui's face turns dark. Stop resisting, you're making me look like a noob, he thunders, losing his temper. But the butterfly is still unaffected. Even the ghosts are out of ideas. He spends the whole night trying to unlock the butterfly's secrets. Later, he's just laying on his bed, sighing, totally frustrated because the blood butterfly kept him up all night. He decides he'll just deal with that thing later. Right now, he's got to focus on that white bone instructor. Once he finds out that his plan failed, dude's definitely gonna make a move. But then Tang Ho-san gave a clear warning, don't cross the line. His warning makes it super risky for him to just go wild. Is there seriously no way to mess up that white bone instructor's plans without worrying about Tang Ho-san getting in the way? It's not like a perfect opportunity is just gonna pop up instantly, he'll just have to be patient. Suddenly, the Gudiao bird lands in front of him, interrupting his thoughts. He totally forgot about the Gudiao. Okay, the Gudiao is strong, sure, but it's not enough to take on multiple dead swordsmen. If he's gonna use it, he needs to seriously power it up. He's got an idea. He'll use his own blood as the core ingredient. He's gonna take his dead man's eye and transform the Gudiao 3 into a super refined item loaded with the Phantom King's knowledge. He calls it the Phantom King's Blood. The Wraiths are totally losing their cool, becoming complete fanboys over this ability. Since it's got the Phantom King's knowledge, it's gonna be an absolutely insane elixir for anyone who uses demonic arts. Do you want it? He says, offering it to the Gudiao. The Gudiao's excited, but Wunhui's like, but wait, why should I give it to you? What makes you worthy? He hits it with an offer, give him all the locations of the Beast Jiangxi farms in the Blackbone Ghost Valley. The Gudiao's all for it and nods its head vigorously. The deal is sealed. And with that, the Gudiao gobbles up the Phantom King's blood. Whoa! It instantly starts transforming into this beastly-looking bird with incredible power. The ghosts are blown away. Gudiao has been reborn. Wunhui's super pleased. He realizes that he just created Zhu, a fabled bird that used to signal the demonic army's advance. Wunhui asks the newly reborn bird how it feels, adding that it's now got a body way more useful than some spiders. Suddenly, ghostly hands materialize. It's an elderly ghost and he's shocked. The wraiths yell, Elder Huan, wasn't your soul destroyed? Huan, now reborn inside the Gudiao's body, speaks, asking the cult heir why he brought him back. Wunhui holds up 3 fingers, saying there are 3 reasons. First, it's a reward for his loyalty. He points out that most of his subordinates cursed his name when they were dying, but Huan was different. That leads to the second reason. Huan still clings to the hope that Wunhui will protect his daughter. Elder Huan is totally shocked. Wunhui is blunt, saying he doesn't even know her name or face, so how is he supposed to find her? He tells Huan flat out, find her himself, with his own 2 hands. The elder is even more shocked at this generosity. And last but not least, the third reason is super simple. Wraiths are just easier to deal with than fools. Super petty move. Huan states that he thought he'd finally be free from his chains, but he sees now there's just no escaping Wunhui. After losing his wife, Huan's daughter was his only reason for living. She was his absolute treasure. Ever since Xian Hojin kidnapped his daughter, Huan has basically been living dead. Huan recalls that he even betrayed the cult leader and cult heir for her sake, yet he still couldn't protect her. Now to think he'd actually get another chance. He pledges his allegiance to Wunhui. I will dedicate my soul to your cause. My fate is now yours to command, he declares resolutely, pledging to follow orders without hesitation. Wunhui asks if Huan still has the Gudiao's memories and if he knows where those ranches are. Huan is ready, saying if Wunhui gives the command, he'll fly there right now and rip them apart with his new talons and beak. Wunhui likes that, saying good, and commands him destroy those farms and show the traitors the unstoppable advance of the divine cult. The Gudiao, now Huan, lets out a resounding, yes sir. The powered-up bird flies off into the sky. Wunhui figures that if Huan starts laying waste to the farms, the white bone instructor won't have any time to focus on him, which buys him some much-needed time. Namgung Sanyang arrives after her long journey. She's totally wiped out after that overnight ride. But she spots a letter from Yu Yung and the corners folded over. She instantly knows something is way off. She picks it up, and bam! Absolute shocker. Yu Chang and that bastard's son had a duel, and the bastard actually won, and apparently he even threw down with Qiu Jin too, and it was a tie. And even more, the branch head witnessed everything. She's trying to digest this when Qiu Jin shows up. You can tell she means business when she asks her mother where she's been. Namgung Sanyang tries to play it cool, all smiles. Oh, hey Kyujin, fancy seeing you here so early. Her mom tries to brush it off as something urgent she needed to attend to. But Kyujin drops a bombshell. A Jiangshi invaded the Nine Dragons division last night and went straight for Wunhui. She acts super casual, like it's no big deal, but her mind is racing. The Jiangshi she saw yesterday must have been the one that got rid of that stupid kid. But I fought off that Jiangshi, Kyujin declares. Madame Sanyang is shocked. What did you just say? She's genuinely worried and grabs Kyujin. Seriously? Why would you do that? Are you hurt anywhere? But Kyujin's like, nah, I'm good. But the Jiangshi actually mentioned you and hesitated to fight back. She accuses her mother. Sanyang's seriously pissed. How could those idiots screw this up? She tells Kyujin that everything she does is for her and Yu Cheng's sake. Wunhui is just getting in the way of everything. Kyujin is not having it. Do you hate Wunhui so much that you would actually use a Jingshi against him, even knowing that your daughter is part of the Jingsheng sect? She asks. Namgung Sanyang is totally flustered, but Kyujin stands firm. If her mother keeps going down this dark path, she's gonna have to stop her herself, even if it means getting rough. Sanyang shouts her name, totally in disbelief. How can she not understand where she's coming from? Looking for someone to blame except herself, she screams. It's all that bastard's fault. She should have gotten rid of him a long time ago. She needs to head back to the temple right away, sincerely believing that what she's doing is for her daughter. Later that day, Tangan and Wunhui are walking through town. Tangan is still complaining. Seriously, you're pretty gutsy. Do you really have to come out here in the open after what happened last night? Wunhui just shuts him down. You can go back home if you're just gonna whine. They finally arrive at a building that reads Lu Ban's Foundry. Using the name of a god of craftsmanship and Taoism is pretty bold, Wunhui thinks. They step in and Tangan looks for the owner. What? Is that loser here? He calls out from inside the shop. Tangan introduces them. Alright, meet the owner of Lu Ban's Foundry, Tang Chugyun. Wunhui gives a polite greeting, but the owner is having none of it. Are you the second son of that cold jerk? He asks pointedly. Yeah. I'm Tang Wunhui, he replies. Apparently this owner guy has known the family since way back like Tempest Squad days and is close enough to call Tang Hosen a jerk. Tang Chung-yung turns to Tangan. You didn't just bring him all the way out here just to say hi, did you? He says. Tangan replies, nope, he wants you to make something. The owner figures Wunhui must want something super special if he's here. Look, I'll make whatever you want, okay? Just give me a blueprint here and get out of my face, he says. Wunhui thinks to himself, man looks like he's super busy. If Tangan wasn't here, I'd have been kicked out at the door. Wunhui explains that the blueprint is kinda complex and needs explaining. Chugyung just scoffs. Kid, are you serious? You think I'm some rookie? I could forge your stupid stealth weapon blueprint even if it was total garbage, so don't even worry about it. Wunhui corrects him. Actually, sir, what I want isn't a stealth weapon, it's a sword. Tangan loses it. A sword, then goes on raging as if choosing a sword instead of a stealth weapon was the worst thing ever. Wunhui explains that he just asked for a skilled smith, not that he wanted a stealth weapons. That's true, Tangan responds, tears welling up in his eyes. Chugyung mutters that Tangan must have seriously high expectations of him. Alright. Fine. Get in here. Let me see this blueprint of yours, he says, finally giving in. Wunhui lays out his design. Okay, so I want to use this dark sword here to modify it, Wunhui explains. The owner is intrigued. Huh. So this is what you want made? Tangan pipes up from behind his shoulder. What? Isn't that some kind of metal fan? Chugyung quickly corrects him. Nope, definitely a sword. Man, he's good. He saw through the deception, Wunhui thinks. The owner remarks, huh, what an interesting, no, what a cunning weapon. Wunhui replies, oh, I'm so grateful you think so. The owner just waves it off, saying he doesn't care about the flattery. Just come here and tell me more about this weird sword, he demands. And just like that, they start getting into the nitty-gritty details. Meanwhile, the nosy ghosts are airing their opinions too. Looks like their young master is good at this stuff too, but they don't understand what the two are talking about. A sword that looks like a fan? And why on earth would you need gunpowder for a sword? Is this some super secret Tang family forbidden tech? They stare at Tangan, who's looking as lost as they are, but pretending otherwise. The owner chuckles and calls Wunhui greedy. I'm pretty ambitious, Wunhui agrees. The owner finally declares, alright, I'll have to make this thing myself. Tangan is absolutely stunned. The smith explains, yeah, this blueprint for this sword, it's not something my disciples can even handle. Wunhui's eyes light up. This is his big chance. He bows super dramatically and says, sir, to be able to showcase a sword made by you during the clan head's visit, that would be the greatest honor. Tang Chugyung is shocked. There should only be like 20 days left until his visit. Wunhui looks at him sadly. So it's not possible? No, I have my own schedule to stick to, you know? Woonhui replies, "Ah, I see. So whipping this up in 20 days would just be too hard for you, huh?" But the smith is scrambling. "No, it's not too hard." So Woonhui quickly apologizes. "Nah, it's alright. It seems like this request was just asking too much of you." "Sorry, Elder Lu Ban," he apologizes. "Man, our MC is a master, even calling him with the god's name." The smith is beyond furious. "Too much for me? Too hard?" he roars. "I am Lu Ban. I am Tang Chugyung. Something like this. It'll only take me 15 days. Woonhui, with a massive grin, knew he had him. "Yes, I knew it. You're absolutely amazing." Tangon and the spirit dudes just watch this exchange. Another one bites the dust. They sigh. Back outside, Woonhui's walking and going through his plans. He's actually impressed. The smith is way more capable than he initially gave him credit for. Suddenly, someone call his name. It's Kyu Jin, and she's got something heavy she needs to talk to him about. Woonhui can sense the murderous energy of the azure spectral streaks seeping out from her. That means she's losing control of her emotions. She asks him, "I know it's sudden, but what do you think about the past?" She wants to know if he holds feelings of resentment about the past. Woonhui hits her with a curveball. "Okay, try this. Can you catch the wind?" He explains his point. "Look, you can try to grab the wind for a second, right? But you can't actually hold on to it." He continues, "If you could just stop it like that, it wouldn't even be wind anymore." Then he asks, "What does the past matter? There are so many things I want to do right now. Honestly, the future is way more important to me," he tells her. The girl finally gets it. "Thanks, Woonhui. Seriously, I figured things out because of you." She declares there's something she absolutely has to do, so he won't be seeing her for a while. Then she zooms off. Out of nowhere, the ghosts weigh in. Wow, for such a kind girl, she is seriously enraged right now. Her murderous energy was just blasting through the alone in world-style technique. He tells his spirit buddies to cut the chatter and keep a close eye on her. Yeah, she's definitely shaken up. That must mean she had a major blow-up with her mother. And he knows that woman isn't the type to just sit around and do nothing after a fight with her own daughter. No way. "Alright then," he says, grinning like the absolute madman he is. "Looks like I better get ready to welcome a guest." Alright, so that evening, Woonhui decides to pay the branch clan head a visit. Tangon's surprised. But his dad basically says, "Yeah, alright, tell him to come on in and chill for a bit." Woonhui strolls in and Tangon is like, "What are you even doing here?" He tries playing it cool, saying he just wanted to pop by and say hey to his dad, father-son stuff, but Gon's having none of it. Tells Woonhui to bounce if he's gonna spout nonsense. Woonhui tries to annoy him more. "Yo, I'm the branch clan head's son. Aren't you being too harsh on me?" The guy just gives him a massive scoff. "Get stronger if you want to be treated like you're above me." Then Dad speaks up, asking what's really going on. Woonhui cuts to the chase. He wants to talk about that thing they mentioned last night. Dad goes, Then he just says, "Gone," and boom, he just vanishes. That guy's really good. Can't feel his presence at all. His dad warns him that messing with this could seriously mess up the Tang clan's big plans. Dad glares at him and says he better have a seriously good reason for this. Woonhui nods, but internally he's connecting the dots, thinking, "Man, I felt this back at the training hall too, this aura. It's way too intense for just a branch clan head." Plus he mentions the Tang clan plans. He's definitely cooking up something big. His dad's not wasting time. Negotiation's a two-way street. "What can you possibly offer me?" he asks. Woonhui admits he doesn't have something physical to give right now, but he can make a promise. And the promise? To protect his sister, Kyu Jin. Tang Hosan is surprised. Woonhui explains, "I'm sure you're aware of the kind of sketchy folks the madam is hanging with." Hosan stays silent, the weight of that hitting him. Then he tells Woonhui to spill it. But Woonhui clocks that he's switched to some kind of frequency whispering technique and realizes that there could still be others listening in on them. He tells his dad that if the link between the madam and the demonic cult gets out, Kyujin won't be able to avoid the fallout. She'll be branded the child of the demonic cult spy. He lays it out, saying he's sure his dad knows exactly how the Jianghu treats kids caught up in that kind of mess. Kyujin and Yu Chang, they'll never be able to show their faces in the Jianghu again. Hosan responds. He is Tang Hosan, the one who led the Tempest Squad and stopped the demonic cult's head honcho. He asks who dares say his kids are working with the demonic cult to his face. Nobody would say squat. To your face they won't say anything. But the world isn't a nice place, Woonhui replies. So his offer remains. He'll make sure Kyujin avoids the consequences at all costs. Switching back to his normal voice, Hosan looks at his son and asks what he wants in return for helping. Woonhui replies that since he's already deep in this mess, he wants in on his plans. The father gives him a look, asking if he thinks he's even got the skills for that. Woonhui's response is confident. He'll prove it. Then he drops the bomb. The accursed white bone instructor. Okay, now that gets Dad's attention. He's intrigued. "I will bring you his head." Woonhui's answer is cold and clear. Meanwhile, we cut to a totally different scene. The white bone instructor is offering up prayers to the Buddha of infinite light. Then bam! Madame Namgung storms in looking absolutely furious. She starts screaming at him, "How could you mess up this badly after everything I've done for you?" The temple master cuts her off, shouting her name. She freezes. She's shocked at being yelled at. The temple master turns and says he too misjudged their enemy. And now he's lost a disciple, so he isn't sitting still anymore. The rage is literally spilling out of him. Suddenly, the tiny Jiangxi girl bursts in yelling his name. She says it's super urgent. The temple master asks Madame Namgung to wait for a bit. She's thinking, "Ugh, I can't believe he yelled at me," but also admits to herself, "Okay, fine, he's definitely got the skills." She sits down begrudgingly. She's internally gloating, thinking, and since he said he'll handle it himself, she even busts out an evil little smile. Then, Temple Master explodes like a nuclear bomb. Wait, the beast Jiangxi farms are under attack? He's freaking out now, saying he built those things up discreetly over more than a decade. He keeps going like, "And you're telling me a zoo, with the spirit energy of the Gudiao I created, destroyed them all?" Namgung Sanyang is totally bewildered, asking what in the world is wrong. The temple master snaps. He lunges, grabs her by the throat, and calls her a truly awful name. He slams her to the ground. "How dare you try to deceive me?" he screams. The temple master looms over her, absolutely livid. "Are you seriously telling me a sorcerer skilled enough to hijack the power of my Gudiao and evolve it into a Zhu is wasting their time on some petty Tang clan politics? That is ridiculous." The temple master accuses her, saying she must be in league with that sorcerer trying to backstab them. She's stammering, "I don't know what you're even talking about." He's towering over her, looking terrifying, asking if she genuinely doesn't know or if she's pretending not to know. He asks if she's actually underestimating them. The Black Bone Ghost Valley. Namgung Sanyang finally realizes it. Black Bone Ghost Valley? Aren't they part of the demonic cult? Total shocker. The temple master looks at her with genuine pity and thinks, wow, she really doesn't seem to have a clue. He figures the Namgung family must just be using her as a pawn. The temple master takes a step back, says there must be a misunderstanding, and yeah, she really looks clueless. She starts completely losing it, realizing her own family was the one who introduced her to this guy in the first place. That means that the Namgung clan is totally working with the demonic cult. Meanwhile, the temple master just had his own big realization. The second son's name is Tang Wen Hui, same as the blasted demon cult heir. Now, even without someone asking him, he's got a personal reason to absolutely shred Wen Hui and whoever this sorcerer behind him is. This dude looks seriously terrifyingly scary right now. He turns back to Sanyang and asks for her cooperation. The next day, Sanyang, completely broken, is apologizing to Wen Hui. She's suddenly willing to give him whatever he wants as an apology. Wen Hui is kind of taken aback, thinking, whoa, what's with the complete U-turn? Sanyang's thinking, I don't want to do this either, but this was an order. Flashback to the temple master looming over her. He tells her he needs her to make them drop their guard by making Wen Hui like her. Why should I? Sanyang complains. He casually threatens to just turn her into a Jiangxi and then she'll do whatever he says. Wait, she cries, her resolve crumbled. I'll do it. I'll do as you say. Sanyang is thinking hard, got to manipulate him somehow to get a clue on who this sorcerer is. It's totally humiliating, but she has no choice. Suddenly, Wen Hui leans in closer and uses that secret voice technique. She must be terrified of the branch clan head finding out that she was working with the demonic cult, right? Her face totally twists up in panic. How does he know? It's not a guess. He looks absolutely certain. Sanyang only just found out yesterday that these guys were the demonic cult. So how did he find out? You seem pretty surprised. Wen Hui looms over her. He's got that terrifying "your life is about to be ruined" look on his face. Sanyang is in full-on panic mode. She first thought that there was a sorcerer manipulating him, but these aren't the eyes of a man who can be manipulated by others. He might have a sorcerer helping him, but Wen Hui is the one pulling all the strings. She tries one last bluff, feigning ignorance. I have no idea what you're talking about, she says weakly. Wen Hui calls her bluff. If she's telling the truth, he'll just go spill everything to the branch clan head. He gets into her head and warns her that if the Tang clan special squad starts digging, they'll totally find out about her shady visits to that weird temple. And if they happen to find any Namgung clan stuff at the temple, well, that would be super interesting. He wonders how her beloved Namgung clan would react to all that. Madame Namgung completely panics, instantly realizing her family will absolutely use her as a scapegoat. They'll claim she went rogue and worked with the demonic cult, acting totally innocent themselves. She knows deep down that's exactly the kind of thing they'd do, but she tries to cling to the hope that they wouldn't just abandon her like that since she's the branch clan head's wife. Wen Hui sees right through her denial, tells her to be honest. Namgung Sanyang finally concedes and asks Wen Hui what he wants. He gives a chilling grin, stating simply that he's a pretty greedy guy. That's a wrap on this recap. Hit that subscribe button to help us keep pumping out awesome content. Catch you in the next one.